Hello. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear my voice? Good morning, Aditi. Yes, guys, can you hear me clearly? Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, guys. A very good morning. My voice is crystal clear. Thank you. Okay, so a very good morning to all of you, and very good morning, especially this is, on Sunday. Okay, and I'm really happy that you all are here to start your one of the wonderful subject that is SBR, Strategic Business Reporting, one of the you can say most important subject for your career also. Okay, why, how? Okay, that we'll see later on. So before we, obviously, I'm not going to start with the subject directly. Okay, there will be some discussion which we are going to have before that. Okay. Now, in this discussion, what you need to do is first, I really want to know that who all are you? Basically, I mean, what is your previous this qualification? How many subjects in ACCA you have completed? How many subjects were exempted? Okay, and when you are basically going to appear for SBR, when you are planning for it. Okay, so I think one by one we'll have the introduction. Once that is done, I will also introduce myself. Don't worry. Okay, but before that, I would like each of you to just give me a brief introduction of you and do include these points which I have just asked. Okay, so let's start from Aditi. You can unmute yourself. Yes, Aditi. Okay, okay. Now you can unmute. Check.
Hello, good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Just a second. Yes, Aditi.
So, good morning, all of you. I'm Aditi Kumari. I completed my BCom from Delhi University, and this is my first professional level paper. And I'm
Hmm.
planning to give my first paper in March attempt.
In March attempt. And how many papers you have complete? I mean, did you got this exemptions or have you completed some papers in ACCA?
No, I completed all my skill level paper.
Good, very good. And you are planning for March, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, great. Thank you, Aditi.
thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes, Harkiran.
Hi sir, good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Hunting Gagaya. I am a qualified chartered accountant. I
Mm-hmm.
qualified in November 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I got exemptions of 13 papers and this is my first paper for ACCA and
Okay,
I will be appearing in the March attempt.
March attempt. Okay. And you are from which city?
Sir, Aurangabad, Maharashtra.
Aurangabad, Maharashtra. No? Great, great.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kunal.
Yes,
Yes.
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's Kunal Rohila. I am from Delhi. I
Mm-hmm.
cleared skill level exams, but
Mm-hmm.
in December I give FR and AA. So
Okay.
result and now
Result is awaited. Okay.
I
And how was your exams?
so it's uh, I can say
Mm-hmm.
50-50.
50-50 in both FR and A.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo. Good. No problem. Let's see. Okay. So obviously you are not planning for SBR in March, correct? No, you are waiting for result and then you will see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kunal. Uh, yes. Latika. Good
Hi, good morning, sir. I
morning.
am CA dropout and I have
Mm-hmm.
completed my master's
Mm-hmm.
MCom. So I
Mm-hmm.
got few exemptions. completed FR, and hopefully I'll be appearing for SBR in March.
Okay.
And currently I am working in a accountancy firm. So I
Okay.
live in UK. So ACC aligns with my career goals. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you cleared your FR in which attempt?
I cleared my FR in June, and
June.
recently
Mm-hmm.
December I appeared for audit and FM. So I
Okay.
repeated FM. So I'm pretty much I scored 48 last time. So I'm pretty much hopeful
Mm-hmm.
that I'll make it through. I had
Okay.
prepared for performance management also. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll be appearing for performance management and SBR in March.
March. Okay. So you can manage two subjects because you are also working.
Yeah, hopefully, because actually that's why I didn't appear for PM this time, because I was
Mm-hmm.
almost done with the syllabus, but I just felt that I am short in practice. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just need little bit of practice for PM, and then SBR
Mm-hmm.
is the main focus anyway.
Okay. Okay, Ratika. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, Preeti. Good
Good morning, sir. I'm
morning.
Pre- I'm Preeti Puri and I live in
Mm-hmm.
Faridabad. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a chartered accountant by profession. So I got
Mm-hmm.
9 exemptions in this ACCA and had
Mm-hmm.
appeared for SBL in on 2nd December.
Okay,
And
great.
and the result is awaited. And now I'm preparing for SBR and I will give in March attempt.
Okay, so how was your SBL paper? That I think this time the pre-scene was levels,
Yes, sir. Yes,
है
sir.
How was
Yes.
it? Exam?
Sir, it was okay time.
Okay, type. Okay, okay, no problem. We'll see when the result comes. Okay, because when your result will arrive, obviously we'll be having the classes then also. Okay, so anybody who's left, Himangit, yes. Sorry, Mangi. Sorry for the wrong pronunciation. Yes, Himangi. Yes, Himangi, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so if you're not comfortable, you can do it afterwards also. No problem. Okay, guys. So we have 6 participants here. You're not able to access your microphone settings. Okay, okay, Himangi. No problem. Okay. When you find out your microphone settings, then you can tell me about yourself. Anyways, so guys, yes. Once again, a very good morning to everyone, and it's really appreciating that you are attending the session on Sunday morning, and especially the people who are living in North India. Okay, the winter is here, Anam. So that's very great thing. Okay, so hmm, okay, Himangi, thank you very much. Okay, great. Okay, so what we are going to do now is obviously we'll start with the SBR, the subject today only. But before we start, okay, first and the most important thing, we need to understand the subject. Yes, before we move into that, okay, let me tell you about myself. So my name is, as you can see on the screen, is Nishant Katoch, and I'm teaching. I'm in the teaching industry from last almost I think 11 years. Okay, so I started. I did my CA and like long back, and then I started working with the multinational corporation, one of the German MNC. Okay, and there I worked for almost like 2 years, and then I got frustrated. Okay, you know why? Because in the finance sector, not in every organization, but yes, in most of the organization, the workload is too much, and you have to give. The family life was bit not easy. So then I decided. I was little inclined towards teaching. Okay, I always liked teaching, so I started with like private tuitions like 12 years ago. Okay, due to some money shortage, I did that. But then I liked it, so I thought of joining it as a full time. So started teaching in Gurgaon. Okay, there was one academy, and they gave me an opportunity to teach full time for CA foundation subject 12 years ago. Okay, and then I realized कि yes, teaching is something which I can do as a full timer. So after doing this job for 2 years, I had some good, I mean, on those 2 years also, I had some very good experience in the finance department. I was handling the payable, receivable, and GL departments. So those who are working, they might know what I'm talking about here. And then I started teaching full time. So I got experience in CA teaching, CA Foundation, CA Inter, CA Final also gradually. Okay, and during I think somewhere around 2017, I started teaching ACCA subjects. Okay, because at that time ACCA was quite famous. Still, it's very famous. At that time, it was quite new, something new, and it was emerging. है ना? So I found that it's a good opportunity to get myself involved in the international courses. So ACCA, SEMA, all these courses, I got involved and started with the FR subject. Okay, FR, and then obviously gradually after some time I joined for this SBR also, and I have taught in various institutions all over the country. Okay, I think 3 to 4 institutions I have worked. I have taught them, I mean, their offline classes, online classes, going to different colleges all over India. So I have done all these things. So you all are in the safe hands. Okay, so I have sufficient experience of providing you lectures on the subject SBR. Okay. Okay. And in ACC also, okay, I have cleared the SBR. Don't worry about that in other subjects also. And my score in SBR, I don't remember, it was somewhere around 65, 66. So it's a decent score, I will say. And okay. So anything you want to ask me, guys, before I start with your subject? Anything, any doubt, you can just raise your hand or you can unmute yourself. No doubts. I hope no one is sleeping. Okay. Okay. And yes, one more thing, please be interactive as much as possible. Okay. Because it's an online session, and in online session, there is various advantages. But yes, there is one disadvantage also, because if you won't interact with me, okay, after some time you might feel little monotonous and maybe boring. Okay, so interaction is very, very, very important. If you interact, okay, and definitely, I mean, you won't see that how these 3 hours, 3.5 hours will just vanish. Okay, okay. So anything you want to ask me, guys, before we start? Nothing? Chalo. Okay, great. So let's start with your subject then, which is SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. Now, I'm not going to start with the topic directly. Few things about SBR which I think everybody should know. So I'm sharing a presentation on screen. Just give me a thumbs up when you can see it. Yes. Can you see the screen? Anyone who can give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen? Is it visible? Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Okay. So ACCA, Strategic Business Reporting. Okay. Now, I would like from you guys first to understand that what do you understand by business reporting? Just tell me about business reporting. Anyone, any idea? If you're working somewhere and if you're doing this business reporting, even if you're not working anywhere, but still if you have some idea, I would like to know. What do you think the meaning of these two words, business reporting? Yes, anyone?
Sir, business reporting means the way we present the
Mm-hmm.
financial statements of
Mm-hmm.
an entity. That is the balance
Okay.
sheet and the profit and loss
Mm-hmm.
account, cash flow, and notes to accounts.
Okay. That's it. Other than that, anything needs to be reported, needs required to be reported. Yes.
Reporting is like
Uh-huh.
representing a business, especially in numbers.
Okay. ठीक है.
Presenting whatever is going inside the business.
Okay. What else? Yes. Reporting a business condition and working in numbers. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys, try. Okay. So, what I understood by your answer that business reporting, I'm not focusing on this word right now, strategic. Let's not focus on this word. We are only focusing on these two words, business reporting. So, reporting means when you have some information, है ना? For example, news reporting, correct? So, what these news reporters do, they have some information about some incident, maybe some political incident, some criminal activity, okay, and then they provide that information to us. That is known as reporting. So reporting basically means you have some information and you need to give that information to others. Now, when we report the business activities, I'm not using the word only the business financial statement. Okay, yes, financial statements are required to be reported. So, not just financial statement, there are other things also which are involved here. Okay, what are those other things which we'll see during our the entire syllabus? So, if I ask you that what is business reporting? So, every business organization, whether it's commercial organization, whether it's non-profit organization, they do some kind of they do some kind of business, they do some kind of activity, they prepare financial statement like P&L, balance sheet, cash flow, everything, and that needs to be reported to the different stakeholders of the organization, not just shareholders, to all the stakeholders. Now, how this report is being prepared, how this report is being reported, that's what we are going to learn in this subject. Now, what is the meaning of strategic word here? Again, I'm skipping it for this time. Okay, we'll discuss the meaning of this word in detail, but not right now. Okay, now if we move to the next slide, one second. Why it's not moving? Hmm. So as you can see on the screen, SBR is not about remembering the standard, it's about applying them. So this is a very important line to give you an idea. Okay, see, SBR, when we talk about strategic business reporting, this subject, है ना? Those who have completed their CA, other professional courses, those who have completed the financial reporting subject in the skill level, a very important line to remember always, not just for SBR, trust me, for any subject of the professional level. And that is, it's not about remembering the standard, but applying them. It's not about what is there in IS2 inventory. If you remember what is in IS2 or maybe IS16, very good. Okay, that knowledge is required, but only up to the skill level. Now, in this level, the more focus, I mean, you have to give more focus on how you are going to apply those standards in practical business situation. And trust me, just write down this word applying, because in the entire subject or entire professional level, whatever subject is there, SBL, APM, AFM, anything, application is more important. So at in this level, sorry, at the professional level, ACCA basically examines your application skill. Okay, so ACCA now knows if you are giving the professional level paper, you already know what is the accounting standard, what is IS 16, what is covered in that, what is covered in this IFRS 5 or revenue, whatever standard is there. They know already. Now they want to make sure that can you apply those standards on practical business situation? Because if you can do this, okay, then yes, we can hand over you the degree of ACCA. Otherwise, no. Application is important, and that's why you see, once I start with the topics today, you'll see how I teach these topics. 80% I'm going to teach you through the case studies. Okay. Anyways, so chalo. Now after this, SBR test, how you analyze a scenario. Sorry. Hmm. How you analyze a scenario, how you identify the accounting issues, how you justify your treatment with IFRS, and how you communicate like a professional advisor. Now, understand, when you study SBR, okay, a very important thing which you have to keep in your mind, that you are a financial advisor here. You're not a student. Because when the examination, those, if any of you have already given the SBR paper, or I think when I talking to someone, she said that she has given the SBL paper. So you know that in SBL paper, they ask you to behave like a financial analyst, financial accountant. That is very important here. So when you study any subject, okay, when you study any situation, any question, you need to think that you are some financial advisor. Okay, because if you think like a student, you won't be able to answer it. आप समझ ही नहीं पाओगे. So what is important here, that you need to feel from day one that you are some professional advisor, and there is a client who is coming to you and asking for your help. Ki, please tell me in this situation what should I do. If you have this mindset now, then you will be able to frame your answer. It's very important to have a proper mindset when you answer the SBR questions. Now in SBR, you have to analyze the scenario. There's a scenario, you have to understand, okay, what is happening in this situation. Analyze means what is the advantages, what are the disadvantages, okay, and what is actually happening in it. Everything from every angle you have to consider it. What are the accounting issues here? You need to identify. The scenario will not tell you that this is an accounting issue. I hope you are getting this simple point. वो scenario जो होगा, जो भी situation होगी, whatever question is it, question में ऐसा नहीं लिखा होगा कि भाई this is an issue. You need to identify that yes, that is an issue. So you need to analyze it, number one. You need to identify any issue, number two. You need to justify what is your treatment with respect to IFRS. So yes, you found out, yes, there is an issue. Okay. So now you have done very well, a good job. You have found, okay, suppose I'll give you another simple example. Suppose there's a problem in your bike and you took your bike to the, क्या बोलते हैं उनको, जो गाड़ी ठीक करते हैं, mechanic. Okay. So there's a problem with your car or bike. So you went to a garage and there was a mechanic. Now the first thing mechanic will do what? They will analyze the bike. Okay. And then they identify the issue. Okay, this is the issue. This is the main issue. And then what they will do? They will try to remove the issue. In the same way, once you identify the accounting issue, your job is to find out the standard which is applicable on that issue. And using that standard, you will remove it. That is what known as justifying your treatment with IFRS. So if you are saying this is wrong, you also need to tell them what is correct here. If you only write, okay, this is wrong, P&L is showing this, balance sheet is showing this, you will get 1 mark for 5-mark question. Trust me. Just 1 mark for identifying the issue. You need to tell them as an advisor. See, you are an advisor. Imagine you are working in a consultancy firm. Your client gave you some financial statement, and you are telling your client in a meeting, ki, dear, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem. Full stop, tata, bye bye. The next thing client will ask, bhai, why I'm paying you? Tell me the solution here. Justify your treatment with IFRS. So then you will say, okay, you can do this as per IFRS number that, as per IFRS number that, as per conceptual framework. Okay, so whatever treatment you are giving, you have to back it up with the relevant IFRS. And yes, obviously, you have to communicate properly. Now, these two lines are very important. Trust me, you won't understand right now what is the importance of these four highlighted words here: analyzing, identifying, justifying, and communicating. But yes, you will understand once we solve the questions. Obviously, we are not going to solve the questions right now. After some time, but just remember one thing. In SBR, in SBR, when you are looking at some situation, always look it like you are an advisor. You are not just a student here, you are an advisor. Why I'm asking you to do this? When you look at any situation as an advisor point of view is very important, whether it's study, whether it's life. I'll give you another very simple example of this point of view. You have SBR notes with you. I have the same book with me also. Now, when you read from that book, what is your mindset? You need to learn, correct? When I read that book, what is my mindset? I need to teach. Difference in the mindset, difference in the, the based on this mindset, our activities are going to be defined later on. So if you think you are a student, obviously you will learn from that point of view. And if I think, yes, I'm a teacher, I need to teach these topics to my students, I will go into more detail. So mindset is very important when you are dealing with any situation. I'm just telling you, in SBR, when you are reading any paragraph in any book, not just VGLD book, in any book, study hub, anywhere, just feel like you are some advisor, and that will really help you in answering those situations. Okay. Okay. So, yes, anyone who wants to ask me? Yes, Kunal. Just a second. One minute now. Zoom को क्या हो गया? Yes, Kunal.
Yes, sir.
Are you?
Sir, to
हाँ.
ask, is this a theoretical subject or mix?
Is it a theoretical subject or mix? 70% theory, 30% practical.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Anybody? Any other doubt?
So it means like communication skills is like major part in this paper, right?
One of the major part.
So
Identifying the issues, analyzing. See, understand one thing, okay? See, पहले मैं, I'll just let me tell you everything. This is the first class, so
mm,
don't expect key. I will start with the topic. This is just not for you, just general comment. I'm telling because I know few students they expect, अरे sir पढ़ाओ पढ़ाओ पढ़ाओ. Okay, I will do that. Don't worry. And in a very good way, very refreshing way, which you have never seen. But first, I need to have some conversation with everyone with respect to this subject, which is very important. Ha.
mhm.
So yes, what was your question? Say it again.
Means
Communication.
obviously
है ना?
skill development is I think for the strategic papers is the most important part anyway because वही कि एक
Mhm.
student से professional में जाना है तो
Yes. So see, what you asked earlier about communication. The communication is the most important part. Let me uh, ask you a very simple thing, very basic and simple thing. Okay, if you don't understand the particular topic, if you have not analyzed it properly, analyze means a deep understanding of it. Will you be able to communicate it to somebody else? Yes or no?
no obviously yeah.
No.
We
So
need to have
before
like clarity on the
communication,
first.
yes. So before
Mm,
communication, what is important? Analysis.
mm,
Once you understand it, that yes, this is the case. Okay, these are some issues there. Okay, and this is how I'm going to justify it with the IFRS. Then communication comes. Okay, so
Okay.
obviously everything we will cover. Yes, any other doubt? Anyone? And good. And please, student, I really like you asked a lot of doubt. That's good thing. Okay. Chalo. So we'll move to the next slide. It will take some time. Okay. So first let me clear this. Yes. So how SBR is different from FR subjects? Those who have given the FR and one of you, I think, CA also, Hana. So if even if you have given the exam in CA final, the financial reporting subject, this is applicable for you also, and this is applicable for skill level student also, those who have given FR. And please, this orientation which I'm doing right now, if I'm giving it 1 hour, 30 minutes, trust me, I am a person who takes very good care of his time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's are very important for me. So if I'm giving 1 hour 30 minutes for this, it is important. It's not like any orientation कि हाँ चलो students को थोड़ा बता देते हैं. It's a first class. तो okay करते हैं. I know people do this. No, it is related to your exam directly. So if you understand the difference, your mindset will change when you study, when you solve any question. That's why I'm showing you this. So ऐसा नहीं है, it's an orientation. So कुछ तो कराना है orientation में, चलो यही करा देते हैं. No, it has some everything which I am going to teach you, everything which is I am going to show you will help you in your exam. Trust me. Okay. So how SBR is different from FR? FR. In FR, we focus on calculation. In FR, you get marks when you solve the question, when you prepare P&L, balance sheet, when you do some working of goodwill, NCI working, you get marks. At the skill level, FR level, they don't expect, है ना, कि as a student you know what is the uh, interpretation and how you are going. See, interpretation means what? You are preparing something and what is your interpretation of that? I mean, what you are understanding. Yes, there was one chapter in FR where you used to do the interpretation of ratios, interpretation of financial statement. Okay. But at the skill level, the ACC expects from you more about the calculation, that your calculation should be correct. And yes, obviously, you should be able to interpret, understand it. But interpretation is one thing, communicating is different thing. This is a very important line which I just said. Okay, so when I started teaching, I read from the book, I interpreted something, my interpretation could be wrong also. And if I interpreted wrong, what will happen? I will communicate wrong. So interpretation is very important. So just imagine the bookish, not the knowledge in the book is coming into your mind. You are interpreting it. You are understanding the situation, everything in the question. Not just calculation, you are actually understanding it, that why this calculation is happening. What is the purpose of this calculation? Why? See, it's always about why. Why we are doing it. Once you interpret it properly, yes, then comes the communication part. Reporting part, reporting to the stakeholders. That's why it is known as business reporting. So before you learn how to report, how to prepare the reports, you need to learn proper interpretation. Okay. Anyway, so in FR, calculation is more important. In SBR, it focus more on application and judgment. So how you are going to apply, how you are going to judge the situation, you will get marks for this. More marks for this and less marks for calculation. In FR, we were focused on what the standard says. What this stands for? So as per IS 16, property, plant and equipment, initial recognition will be like this. We were more focused on that part. But here in SBR, why the standard says it? Why initial recognition will be at cost? Okay, why subsequent recognition we have a revaluation model, we have cost model. Why we are not revaluing this property? Why we are revaluing only this property and not other properties? Why is more important? Okay. In FR, you had journal entries. Here, explaining the impact on financial statement. Very important. So in FR, what we used to do, okay, we'll prepare one working, or maybe we pass one journal entry. Let's say we are creating a provision under IS 37, we are creating a provision. So we'll pass the entry for the creation of this provision. In SBR, you need to tell them, okay, this is the entry. And once I pass this entry, this is how it is going to impact my P&L and my balance sheet. Now your answer is complete. You need to, I mean, if you only pass the entry, they will give you half marks. You need to tell them what is the impact of this in your financial statement. Okay. And FR was more numerical. Here, more written analysis is required. So there are other differences also, but I have picked these 3 and 4 differences only, which I think is more important when you study it. So we are going to focus on application and judgment. We are going to focus why this standard is saying like this. We are going to focus more on explaining the impact on financial statement. And yes, more written analysis is required, detailed analysis. Okay. Now, this is your examination for, yes, anything you want to ask me before we discuss this slide? And I hope you guys are getting it, whatever I'm telling you. And it's not a bouncer. But yes, the more you will learn, I'm not going into very deep right now. I'm just giving you an idea about things so that once we start the subject now, see, before we start not this subject, any subject, some understanding is required. That what is it actually? And that helps you in setting your minds. Okay, you'll have some mindset before we start learning the SBR. So I just want that you should have that mindset, at least 50% of that. Even if you have achieved 50% of mindset, what I'm trying to do here, it will be easy SBR for you. Okay. So yes, anything else? I mean, anything you want to ask me, guys? No doubt. Anyone who has slept? Hmm? Nobody slept? Great. Chalo. So this is the exam format breakdown. So how you are going to see your exam. Okay. So I'll show you the in practice platform. Okay. But obviously we'll do that later. So there are 2 sections in your, okay, first thing, the paper is going for 100 marks, which you already know. And this is a 3 hours and 15 minutes paper. Okay, 3 hours and 15 minutes paper. And this is completely subjective. So I'm sure that everybody already know this, but still I'll tell you, there are no MCQs, no objective type questions here. Okay. Now, the paper is divided into 2 sections, Section A, Section B. In Section A, pay very close attention now. The Section A is of 50 marks. Okay. Question number 1 will be of 30. Question number 2 will be of 20 marks. It's a case study based question. And in case, sorry, in question number 1, you will always get the question on consolidation. So one thing is, I mean, and I don't want anybody to ask me this after 1 month or 2 months, कि sir consolidation करना है क्या? I hope you got the message. You have to do consolidation. Consolidation will be covered in question number 1, 30 marks question on consolidation, and it can also be asked in other questions. So as per my experience, when I gave the exam, okay, consolidation was almost around 45 marks. So please understand, I mean, my intentions is if you do smart study in SBR, na, you can easily pass. Trust me, guys. Passing SBR is one of the easiest thing you will see. But how? Obviously, I'll tell you later, not right now. because then I'll know what will happen. Okay. So question number 1, consolidation. Question number 2 will be on reporting and ethical implication. What is it? We'll discuss later. Section B, there will be 2 questions, 20-25 marks. So total will be 50. These will be 2 descriptive long questions. Question number 1 and 2 can be asked anywhere from the syllabus. Okay, 100 marks. Now, a very important thing here, which you have not seen in the at the skill level. Do anybody know, do you guys know about professional marks? Those who have given the professional level exam, they know. So can you tell me, those who have given the professional level exam? Yes, Harkiran, I'm asking you. You gave the professional level exam, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is professional marks?
Sir, if we present the answer professionally on something, proper presentation instrument, formatting instrument, then that
Mm-hmm.
professional marks are given.
Mm-hmm. Okay. ठीक है. So, Latika, what you are saying, reporting a business condition and working in. Huh? Okay, sorry.
Um,
This.
yeah,
It,
actually, I'm right now working at associate level, and
mm-hmm.
when I'm working, I feel that I need some professional skills to reach the managerial level. And
Mm-hmm.
the way you're saying, I think that SBR is going to solve that problem. Like reporting whatever is in the books, whatever is in the accounts to the clients,
Mm-hmm.
understanding the problem, finding the
Mm-hmm.
solution, telling the client how to do it, how we are going to do it, obviously, for them.
Mm-hmm.
So making them understand, communicating this thing with them.
Okay. ठीक है.
So
Anybody
kind of
else?
I
Yes.
believe that these are the professional skills that are going to be required.
Okay. ठीक है. Good. Yes. Anybody else who wants to add some point or maybe something new you want to discuss? Please participate. And yes, uh, those who have joined late today, okay, please, okay, class timing 7 a.m. and you have to join before 7. Okay, don't miss anything. Okay, so next session we are going to have on Saturday. So I expect everyone to join at sharp 7 a.m. Okay, this is your professional level exam, something which is important, which is very important for your career. है ना? Yes. Anybody else? What are these professional skills? Okay. Uh, First thing about professional skills. If you show, in the exam when you write the answer, if you show professional skills in the exam when you write the answer, you get 20 marks. That's why I said passing the examination is not difficult here. Trust me. You just have to think smartly. You have to act smartly in any professional exam all over the world. It's about how you approach it, how you basically act smartly. It's not about reading every single line in the entire book. Yes, you can pass with that also, but you are unnecessary giving a lot of time which is not required there. Save your time. Time is money. Time is money. You will learn in some time. Don't worry. Okay, save your time. Save your efforts. So that's why I'm taking this session. It's very important to know how you can pass. Everybody do that. But more important, how can you easily pass? I hope you're getting this point. Okay. Now let's talk about professional marks. See, the one of the best thing in the ACCA exam is you have to present. See, if I ask someone that what is the best thing in ACCA exam, so they'll say, sir, हमें ना कंप्यूटर पे लिखना होता है. We have to write it on the computer, Excel sheet, Word file. Correct? Which is the best thing? No, this is not the best thing. I'll tell you why. So if somebody asks me, okay, write an something to the chief financial officer, CFO of the company, and I just wrote some paragraph on the Word file and send it to him. Wrong. Why wrong? There have to be some format. When you are, see, we are not going to speak in a layman language here. है ना? We are going to see again. I'm coming back to those two words, business reporting. You are reporting the information of business to someone, to some stakeholders, maybe shareholders, maybe your suppliers, uh, maybe the directors of the company, the board. So when you report this, can you report it? I mean, ऐसे ही, हाँ कि आज ये हुआ, आज ये हुआ, आज ये हुआ था. No, there has to be a proper structure in that. So how you are going to communicate to this? That is the most important, the beautiful thing about ACC exams. Okay, so when somebody asks you, okay, what is the best thing? Don't just say, ki, yes, we are using Excel for answering the question. We are using the word. No, they give you marks when you use those tools properly, when you present your answer with some professionalism. ऐसे थोड़ी ना कुछ भी लिख के आ जाओगे कहानी और मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे आपको. So you are doing a business, you are talking about business here. You are reporting the business fundamentals, business information, P&L, balance sheet, this and that. There has to be a proper format. And when you report it, how you are reporting it? What is in the report? Okay, when I say proper, you have to report in a proper way, it doesn't mean putting the bullet numbers. It doesn't mean कि आपने table अच्छे से बनाया. It means what is in the report. What that person has asked you, what have you delivered? It's very important. So have you done your homework properly before writing that report? Have you analyzed the situation properly? Have you evaluated the situation properly? Are you communicating whatever you have analyzed, whatever you have evaluated? Have you put those things in this report properly? Are you using a proper format? Yes, then you are a professional. Then you will get marks. है ना? वरना लिख तो कोई भी सकता है. Anybody can write it. If somebody has, say, understand, if somebody has bookish knowledge, he or she knows what is in this standard. They can write. I can guarantee you this. But the question is, a real professionalism comes how you write it. Okay, there are two things. Writing, number one. Second, how you write it. Are you getting this point? Okay. So if I ask you someone, okay, just write me a story. आप मुझे एक कहानी लिख के दिखाओ. Everybody can write a story. कोई भी लिख सकता है. Anyone. But किसकी story अच्छी होगी? The one who is writing it properly. Okay. That's where the professional skills comes. So professional skills is about, are you able to analyze the situation? Whatever you are analyzing, you have to write it. Are you able to evaluate it properly? Write it. Are you aware about that situation in a commercial manner? Okay, I'm not going too much deep right now. You have to write it. Are you communicating it in a proper format? If in the question they're asking you to draft an email to the CFO, you have to show it like an email, na? From, to, subject, respected sir, content, thanks and regards. This is the communication. Format. For this, you get 20 marks. Now think about it. Many times students, they don't know about this. And yes, they come to know about this when 60%, 80% syllabus is over. Then the time is less, they cannot apply it. Why I'm telling you at the beginning and why I am folksy. We started our lecture at 7. This is almost 7:50. And again, I'm going to take 15, 20 minutes more. But this is very important. If I tell you this during some particular chapter, maybe December and January mid, you will not pay attention to this. Why? Simple human mind. Because the syllabus is running. In March, you have exam. So you will be more occupied with the content. Arey sir, ye khatam karo, ye khatam karo, ye khatam karo. But right now you are relaxed. Because I have not started anything yet. You don't know anything what is in the SBR. So this is very important to know, to understand, and just implant in this in your mind. You need to get these 20 marks. Out of 100, if 20 marks is just for writing the answer professionally, इससे अच्छा क्या हो सकता है? Now, how you are going to do it? Are you going to solve the questions where you have to write it professionally? No. This getting this 20 for this 20 marks, you don't have to put any extra effort. That means, I mean, you're not going to study for 2 more hours to get the professional marks. No. Whenever you solve any question, whenever you look at it, any question, whenever you read any question, है ना? Think about the professionalism. What you are analyzing, how you are analyzing, when you are evaluating it, what are the commercial significance of this? I'll tell you what are these things. That's it. That's what you need to do. And once you do this for the next 2.5 months on daily basis, on alternate basis, it will it will it will be automatically fit in your mind. So these skills are not something that which you can memorize. And yes, you can memorize what is in IS 16, IS 36. You can do this. कि IS 16 ये बोलता है, IS 36 ये बोलता है. How can somebody memorize skills? Analyzing skills? No, you cannot memorize this. You can only experience this. You need to experience these skills. When you read any question, when you read any answer, when you write any answer, you can only experience. And once you start experiencing it, okay, I am writing this answer. Yes, this is the analysis. This is what the evaluation I have done. These are the pros and cons. Okay, this is the commercial area. Okay, it will automatically fit in your mind. And then in the examination day, for these 20 marks, you don't have to put any extra effort. It will come automatically in your answer. That means for those 3 hours and 15 minutes, you just have to focus on getting the 80 marks. And passing is 50, 20 professional skills. That means you just have to work not very hard. Very easily, you can get 30 marks out of 80 in SBR. So, like I said earlier, passing is not difficult here. है ना? आपको फेल होने के लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, पास होने के लिए नहीं. But yes, of course, you have to study smart in the SBR. Okay, so total 100 marks. Out of those 100 marks, 20 is for your professional skills, and the professional skills marks are embedded within section A and B. So it's not something separate question on professional skill. In section A and section B, you will have 4 questions. In those question itself, those professional marks are there. So when you write a question, when you suppose you are writing the answer of this question, question number 1, consolidation. Okay, how you are presenting this consolidated P&L balance sheet? How have you applied the professional skills? Let's say yes. Okay, take 5 professional marks. 5 here, 5 here, like this it happens. Okay, this is your exam. So it's not just, I'm not showing you the breakdown. हाँ ये इतने marks. No, it was more about this professional skills required. So focus when we start the syllabus. Okay, जो हम आज start कर देंगे, don't worry. ठीक है, when we start the syllabus, focus. And I will also try my best कि wherever there are some professional skills are there, I highlight those points. Okay, yes. Now tell me, any doubt? सो गए क्या सब?
No, sir.
Okay. किस किस को नींद आ रही है यार? किसी को नहीं? ओके, गुड. सोना है भी नहीं, ठीक है. दिस इज योर करियर, है ना. वी कैन गिव आवर करियर 3 hours. एनीवेज, चलो. सो 3 slides more. Okay, next one is very interesting. What the examiner wants. And 99% student read this uh, through YouTube videos 2 days before the exam. Are you getting this? 2 days before the exam, you are checking a YouTube video. What ACCA examiner expect in this SBR paper? Are you kidding me? Eh? 2 days before the exam, you want to know what someone is expecting from you. Even if you read it properly, even if you see that video, see, when you see that video, ki haan, what is the examiner expect 1 day, 2 day, 3 day before the exam, that video will just fill a guilt gap in you. Now, what is this guilt gap? यार मैंने तो एग्जामिनर ये देखा ही नहीं एग्जामिनर कमेंट्स क्या थे what examiner wants. ACC provide these resources, the examiner comments. I hope everybody knows this. Okay. So यार मैंने तो पढ़ा ही नहीं और सर ने कहा था it's very important. चलो let's go through it once before the exam. You are just filling that guilt gap. You are having this guilt. You have not seen it. In order to fill it psychologically, in order to fill it, you are reading it. You are seeing that video. Full stop. That's it. You not understood a single thing there. There are certain things about the resources which ACCA provide, which you have to know before you start preparing. We gather all the resources before we start preparing. Once you start prepare, your focus will be on the content, not कि ये क्या करना है वो क्या करना है. So don't fill that guilt gap. कि एग्जाम के 4 दिन पहले आप एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट्स पढ़ रहे हो. No point. I have also done that. This is based on my experience, and I have also told students to go through it at least once before the exam. But it is my experience, and I have learned from it. You should know it beforehand, what your examiner actually wants from you, and then deliver that thing, na. So instead of delivering random things, random answers, कुछ भी लिख रहे हो, focus on that part, na. Okay, and when you focus on that part, it cannot be done in few days. You have to work. See, I could have told you this thing after 1 month or 2 months. But उस situation पता है क्या होता? Most of you would have avoided this because obviously sir पहले syllabus तो कर ले. Now, if I am telling you at this moment, now what will happen? You know that this is important, and now you will know that what examiner wants, and now you don't have to put any extra effort. आपको सिर्फ whatever we are discussing in the class, whatever question we are going to do, whatever question you are going to do on your own, है ना? Just apply this expectations of examiner there. Initially you will feel bit odd कि यार क्वेश्चन करने में 1.5 घंटा लग गया है, अब ये भी देखो एग्जामिनर क्या चाहता है. Yes, it will take some time, but after just practice you for 10 or 15 days now, it will come automatically. It will become your habit. Yeah, in every question you are looking for, yes, what examiner actually wants here. Make this a habit, not just for SBR, for every paper in professional level. This is what required, not just in SBR. Okay. So whatever I'm telling you, the extra stuff in this orientation, you can just apply it for SBL and other professional papers also. Okay. So the examiner is not looking for perfection. They are looking for reasoned, justified answer. They know you are student. है ना? They know you are student. They know you might not be working somewhere. They know you might not be having any practical experience. So obviously, they are not expecting any perfect answers from you. Even the people who are doing jobs in a good organization, they don't know how to write a report. If somebody asks me, write a report, Nishant, maybe my report is 30% wrong. Okay? I hope you're getting. It's not about perfection. It's about what you are writing has to be proper. It should be backed with the proper reason that why you are writing this. So examiner checks this. Okay, this student has written this and he or she has backed it with this particular standard. So that will not impress, but that will tell the examiner that student knows what he or she is writing actually. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी उठा के लिख दिया. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I say, okay, you have written the wrong standard, but you are backing it with with that standard, your reasoning, correct? So that tells something about you. Okay, you are writing it wrong, but yes, you have some idea. You are backing it with some particular standard. You are doing this linking connection. है ना? That shows the analysis skills. You are analyzing it. Examiner will give you 1 or 2 marks for that. Yes, this happens. Okay. So what examiner want? Not perfection. They're just looking for reason justified answers. Okay. So identify the issue in the question, apply the relevant standard, explain impact, give judgment, not generic theory. Don't write general answer. Never. If you write general answer, 0 marks. If I am the examiner, I'll give you -marks for that. At professional level, you can't write general answer. You have to be specific to what the examiner has asked in that particular question. You have to give judgment to that. Okay, I am the financial advisor. This is my judgment for this particular situation. Okay. Present like an accountant, clear, structured, concise. This is very important. The 5 points. This will help you not while writing the answer, but when you read the situation, when you read the case, na, this will help you. Okay, that what is the issue? Focus on, okay, क्या issue है इसके अंदर? Highlight those issues. Okay, which standard will be applicable? Just write down in the right side. Okay, these are the standards which are going to be applicable. Okay, once I correct it, how this is going to impact the financial statement or whatever is there in the question, it's wrong. How it is impacting the financial? Tell the examiner that you know they have done wrong. But if you say, okay, in the question, ABC Limited has applied this lease standard, okay, which is wrong. Full stop. They will give you 0 marks. You need to tell them they have applied IFRS 16 leases. Okay, in this situation, it is wrong. Okay, the correct accounting standard should have, let's say, IS 16 in this situation. And by applying IFRS 16 leases, okay, this is how it's going to impact the financial statement P&L. My profit will be on the higher side. In the balance sheet, there will be an asset on the this and that. So, and when we correct it, these errors will be rectified. This is the justified proper answer. That will tell the examiner, okay, this student knows this is wrong. This student also knows what is correct, and this student also knows how this is impacting the financial statement. It's all about financial statement at the end of the day. आप पीछे क्या कहानी कर रहे हो उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. How it is impacting your face. What is the face of business? Financial statement. आप किसी भी business को कैसे देखते हो? Their financial statements. Okay? Okay. So any doubt on this? Anyone?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So these are some common reasons why students fail SBR, and I don't expect from any of you to do this in your exams. Okay. Writing everything they know about a standard. Okay. आप में से किसने ऐसा किया है? When you know about something, अरे लिख दो यार, 2 पेज लिख के आएंगे. We know everything about this standard. Yes. How many of you done it? Okay, Kunal. Anybody else other than Kunal? Okay, very good, Aditi. So we all are normal people basically. I have also done it, not once, twice, many times. Okay. What happens? You have 2 questions, suppose. A normal human psychology, I'll tell you, but don't apply that in your exams now. Okay, you have 2 questions. Out of that two, one question, you know the, हाँ, इसका answer I know. Okay. Second का यार इतना idea नहीं है. What you will do, you know. I mean, it will come automatically. When we have knowledge of something, है ना, I mean, not show off, we try to impress others by that knowledge only. Are you getting the point? And not just in exam, it happens in daily life. When you do a conversation with your friend or with anybody else, and let's say suddenly a topic pops up, and in that topic you are very much interested, you know about that topic, हाँ सरकार ने ऐसा किया था, and you know about it, कि ऐसा क्यों किया था, you will, अरे उसमें ना ऐसा था ऐसा था ऐसा था ऐसा था, and you will just tell everything about it. Don't do this in exam, है ना? It's not required in the exam. So in exam, don't write everything about any standard. Okay, so there's a question, let's say on IS 41 agriculture. Let's say small question, 3 marks. And now you know about IS 41, आपने तो बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा था, तो अरे इट्स एन ईगो इशू, ट्रस्ट मी। यार मैंने तो इतना पढ़ा था, 3 मार्क्स का है, मैं तो पूरा लिख के आऊंगा इसमें, मैंने तो पढ़ा था, मैं पूरा ही लिख के आऊंगा, आई नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट IS 41, biological asset, this asset, that asset, sub. I'll write everything. Don't waste your time in the exam by doing this. Again, you are just filling that ego gap. This time, not guilt, but ego gap. It will not fetch you any extra mark, na? So why you are wasting your time? So don't write everything you know about a standard. Don't never ever ignore the scenario. Poor structure, another problem. Not linking answer to numbers. When you write something, you have to link it with the numbers. Now, this I will teach you obviously how to do this. Weak ethics. Weak ethics means when you write your answer, there are some ethics points which we'll deal later on. Not practicing the past paper. ये तो आपको करना है. Just write it down somewhere. या तो इसके नाम से ना, not practicing past paper. Make a tattoo. There are few things which are very important. You cannot avoid it. You have to practice question papers at least 3 to 4. This is my. If you want to pass SBR at one go, हाँ अगर एक्सपीरियंस लेना है मार्च में कि पेपर कैसा आता है, then you can do this. But if you don't want that experience कि भाई एक ही बार देना है and let's finish it off, you know the fees, okay, and giving the exam again, the mental torture of that. Okay, what is important? Give test papers. Not right now. I will recommend in February. Our syllabus will be over in February only. But even if syllabus I mean the major part, major 80-85%, which is more examination from, because I am going to teach from the examination point of view. है ना? So which is important from the examination point of view, one that will be covered by January, and in February, whatever I am teaching, forget about that. Start preparing the past papers. Very important stuff. Trust me. So if you have studied properly, if you have attended every lecture, every topic, and you have practiced questions and you have practiced past paper, nobody can stop you from passing the SBR exam. Trust me. It's very easy. Passing the paper, fail होना मुश्किल हो जाएगा आपके लिए. ठीक है? And yes, last problem, memorizing instead of memorizing तो भूल जाओ. No point. Forget about this word. Okay? Memorizing. Okay, so these are some common reasons why students fail in SBR. They write everything, they ignore the scenario, they structure their answer poorly. Basically, in third point, they're trying to say that professional skills are required when you write the answer. Not linking answer to the numbers, ethics are weak, not practicing the past paper in the practice platform, and then memorizing instead of understanding the principles. Okay? Now tell me, any doubt, anything you want to ask me?
So can you tell about not linking answer to numbers? Like how,
Mhm.
again, can you please little bit of it?
Not linking answer to numbers, है ना? Okay, see, suppose
Understood.
there's a situation, okay, and let's say there's one accounting standard, IS2 inventory, and in the question they have given you some data about the inventory valuation. Okay, like the previous year, the inventory's value was this as per IS2. In this year, it is this. Okay, and now they ask you one question based on that scenario, that tell us something about this inventory valuation, whether it's correct, wrong. And now you started writing the answer. The inventory valuation is wrong in this year. as per IS2 inventory valuation, the valuation should be cost or NRV, whichever is lower. You wrote everything and full stop. This will give you only, let's say, 70% marks. Reason? In your entire answer, you have not linked it with the numbers given in the question. In the question, they gave you some numbers that inventory valuation of previous year was this year is this, correct? And when you are writing, okay, that this year's valuation is wrong and you have done something else. आपने क्या लिखा? That inventory valuation is wrong and you have already calculated the value of inventory. So you need to tell, in the current year, we have calculated the value of inventory X dollars and this is wrong. The correct valuation is this. So if we are doing this wrong thing, it's going to impact my stock valuation in the balance sheet by this much. This is linking the numbers. ठीक है?
Okay, मतलब, okay,
Hmm.
identifying the problem, finding the solution, and giving the reason.
Yes, the base is same. See, when you write any answer in SBR, the base is same. Identify the problem, recommend the solution, implement it, and what is the impact in financial statement. That's it. Now, in this, you have to uh, include your numbers also, whatever is given in the question. ठीक है, Latika?
Got it. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes. Any other doubt, anyone? No doubt, all clear? Okay. So this was your orientation. There was one more slide, but we can skip it. This leave it. Okay. So now tell me, how much you are familiar with the SBR now? What is SBR? I mean, just tell me. I mean, most of you to answer this. Okay, because when you answer this, okay, just tell me, what do you think that this paper requires from you? कुछ तो सोचा होगा ना last 1 hour में आपने. Based on the discussion we had, okay, what do you think?
Sir, analytical things are required in this
What
paper.
is required? Sorry, come again.
Analytical thing, how we analyze the situation
Mm-hmm.
and give with the proper justifications of the
Mm-hmm.
impact on the financial statements and all.
Okay.
Analytical things are required more
Okay.
than.
Analysis is required. In-depth analysis, evaluation of situation, and okay, good. Yes. Anybody else?
Demonstrate the understanding of all the financial reporting framework, understanding
Mm-hmm.
how much we understand actually the IFRS,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers, and how we can communicate.
Yes,
How much we
using the
understand, how
professional
can we
skills.
find the
Okay.
solution of
Good.
the
Good.
problem.
Good. So how much you have understood and whatever you have understood, how you are going to communicate it through this business reporting. Good
Yeah.
answer. Anybody else?
Okay.
How we apply standards to the real life scenarios.
Okay. And when we apply it, okay, we have to be very careful that how we are writing it. Are we showing the
Yes, sir.
proper analysis skills, evaluation skills? See why I'm
And
repeating
impact on.
these words again and again. Analyzing, evaluation. You'll come to know everybody why these words are very important. Yes, anybody else? Okay. Okay, so we are done with the orientation. Okay, though there are many things which we can discuss in orientation, but I think these things were very important. And now you have a good idea about what this subject is all about. Okay, so I think it's time that we should start. Now tell me, you all have the VGLD books with you?
No, sir. Not now. Not yet.
Why?
Sir, I enrolled yesterday.
Okay, okay. Just ask them for the books, okay?
Okay.
And those who don't have, please get the books. Okay, these are important because obviously we are going to use those books only, not any other book in the class. But there are, I mean, most of the things I will discuss on Excel only, and many things you will see that it's not there in the books, which are my examples. Now, in your SBR, let me show you your syllabus first of all. Okay, so now we are going into little deep. First, we'll see what is in the syllabus, and the problem is this does not contain the. Okay, just a minute, guys. Okay, let me just wait. I'll answer that question. Let me just get the book now. It's not in the table. Just give me a second. Yes. So those who have the book, okay, please open it. One minute, ये क्या हुआ? Yes, sorry for the disturbance ना. Actually वो कैमरा गिर गया था. Yes. So, sir, the VGLD book and ACCA practice platform will be sufficient for practice. Yes, Latika. This, those two things which you just mentioned, plus your entire practice platform. Okay. Okay. So those who have the books, please open it. Okay. So when you look at this book, the index, okay, on Roman number 1 page, we have an index. There are 22 chapters. Obviously, everything is not important here. Okay, and you can see the first chapter is ethics and accountant. Ethics and the accountant. This is important, but we're not going to start with this. It will be dealt on later on, not right now. After that, chapter number 2 later. We will be starting with chapter number 3, which is Ruchi. Actually, I'm reading it from the book. I have the PDF, but in the PDF, index is not there. Okay, so don't worry. Wait. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. Now I hope the PDF is visible. Hmm? Just tell me if PDF is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. Just a second. Hmm, just a minute. Yes. I hope it's visible. Okay. PDF. Okay. So this is your first chapter, ethics. I hope now it's visible, Ruchi. Okay. So this is your first chapter, ethics and the accountant, which we'll deal later on. Okay. I'll show you each chapter. Don't worry, everybody. I have a lot of time today. Okay. And yes, please, don't worry about your syllabus. कि सर पढ़ा तो रहे नहीं है, पढ़ाएंगे कब, है ना? तो that will happen, everything will happen, don't worry about it. Okay, so once we start this session, it's my responsibility now, okay, that you complete your syllabus to cover everything. Okay, so after that we have chapter number 2, which is let me show you, let me go to that page. Yes, this is your chapter number 2, IFRS accounting standards and the IFRS for small and medium enterprises accounting standard. Okay, first two chapters we'll do later, right? Not right now. Chapter number 3 is conceptual framework, which we are going to see today. We are going to start with this chapter. Now, I'm sure that in FR also you have done conceptual. Many of you already know what is conceptual framework, but yes, I think yes, we'll start from this only, and then the reporting chapter. Sorry, remaining chapters. The one thing I want to clearly mention here. Okay, see, few of you I have already given the FR paper in the skill level, and those who have not given, if you have got exemption, you must have done the FR paper in your CA or other professional courses which you have done. So I am not assuming, I'm sure that you have some knowledge of this. Because see, understand one thing. If we go through entire syllabus, the syllabus will get over in the month of April. Understand the meaning. Okay, I'm not telling ki I'm not going to teach you this topic that we will cover. 90% thing we are going to cover here. Don't worry about the 10th thing that the 10% which I'm not going to do in the class. It's something which they never ask in the exam. Number one. Second thing is most of the things, not most, 50% of your syllabus, if you look at the chapters, everybody look at the chapter's name. Those who don't have the book, listen very carefully. I'll read the name of the chapters. Okay. Ruchi, you only don't have the book, no? And Ruchi, have you gave the financial reporting exam in the skill level? Yes, Ruchi. Okay. Can you hear me, Ruchi? Okay. So listen very carefully. I'm uh, taking the name of some chapters and just think about these chapters. You have completed it or not. Okay. So non-current assets, basically, which includes your all standards related to assets, tangible assets. Okay, and which includes IS 16, government grants, borrowing cost, impairment. There's separate chapter on IS 36, impairment of asset. Another chapter, financial instrument. It was there in the FR also. IFRS 16 leases, FR में भी था. IS 19 employee benefits. This is new. Okay, I mean those who yes, can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? Okay. Sorry,
Yes,
there
sir.
was
Yeah.
some disturbance. So yes, we were discussing names. So IS 19, that is employee benefits. This is something new, completely new. And yes, to be very honest with you, this is not an easy chapter. This is not an easy standard. Okay. Then we have IS 12 income taxes, again FR. Okay. We have IS 37 provisions, contingencies, and events after the reporting period. Again, it was in the FR. We have IFRS 2, share-based payment, completely new chapter, new standard, and very important from examination perspective. Then after this, we have group accounting, means consolidation, goodwill, and I mean, in group accounting, consolidation was also there in FR. Okay. You have IS 7 statement of cash flow. Again, it was in the FR. You have analysis and interpretation. It was also there in the FR. And some sustainability reporting, ignore them. Now, what I'm telling you, if you look at the syllabus, almost 70% is already there in FR. Correct? So that doesn't mean that I'm not going to teach you those standards. We will discuss those standards. Okay. But, but I am not going into very much deep into that standards. Please understand. Because if we start going into very much deep, solving each and every question easily 4 months for the entire, if you look at the syllabus is huge. For in all the papers of professional level, SBR is the only subject where syllabus is huge. So I am going to teach you each and every standard, whether it was in the FR or not, does not matter. But of course, okay, I'm not going to into that deep because you have already studied it. So I'm going to basically revise you those standards, the important points. But if you think that in a particular standard, let's say IFRS 16 leases, if you think that yes, sir, in IFRS 16 we don't know this, it was there in the FR. But if you don't know about that, you can just freely ask me कि sir ये वाला point ना अच्छे से करा दो. Solve few questions. I will do that. I have no problem with that. So it is very important here, guys, that you communicate. Communication is not just important in your exam, it's also important here. So just communicate because for the next almost 3 months we are together every weekend. Okay, so just communicate me. Okay, sir, we don't know this. Okay, yes, it was there in my FR, but मुझे नहीं वहाँ भी नहीं होता है. There are many situations, many standard from lesser. Yes. क्या हो गया इंटरनेट? My video is stuck.
Yes, a little bit. Little bit.
One second ना, let me check. अभी ठीक है?
Yes, sir. अभी ठीक है. Yes.
Okay, where was I? So there's one standard IFRS 16 leases in your syllabus, and it includes lesser accounting, lessee accounting. It's kind of not very big, but yes, okay, chapter. Now in this standard, 70-80% things you have already covered. But if you came something, I mean something is there which you have not understood, you can freely ask me. I was talking about something else, na? मैं कुछ और बात कर रहा था, I think. What I was telling you guys?
FR में जो चैप्टर्स हैं वे आप कराओगे लिटिल
Hmm.
बिट.
No, no. When I started this example of IFRS 16, I was telling you something else. Yes, application. In SBR, application is important. So please understand this is important. Why I'm telling you this, okay? IFRS 16 lease. You know how to calculate amortized cost. You know P&L में क्या जाएगा, balance sheet में क्या जाएगा. Correct? Now, in exam, you are not going to a question, okay, on this point. Understand what I'm trying to say here, okay? You're not going to question on this point. There will be a big case. In that big case, there will be two lines which are related to this point. You need to analyze it, you need to interpret it, and you have to write down in your answer. So what is important here in SBR? See, अगर ये FR होता ना, financial reporting, I could have gone through every standard. This is the standard. This the standard says. This is the example. These two questions will solve. Full stop. Next standard. In FR, it's okay. But here, we need to understand. We need to solve those questions which are big questions, where not just one, but 4, 5, 6 standards are there in just one scenario. Okay, and that is only possible when I will be able to complete the standards quickly. अगर मैं standard ही कराता रह गया, think about it, in the 3 months, what will happen? No time for practice. And you, most of you are working, weekdays में तो आप भी practice नहीं करोगे, then it's over. The entire purpose of class gets over. So my agenda is very simple and very straightforward. I will go through each and every standard, but yes, those standards which were not there earlier, I will go into deep. Those standards which were already there, okay, my speed will be bit quick. But yes, if you have any doubt, you are free to ask to me. No problem with that at all. Okay, but ultimately we have to finish the standards so that, I mean, major standards. Once we finish that, I can solve with you questions, exam style questions. That's the main purpose, exam style questions. And yes, of course, consolidate. So see, मेरा जो target है मैं आप सबको बता देता हूँ. By January end, all the important standards should be completed along with consolidation. Consolidation is like 40-45 marks in your exam. So by January end, I have to complete this so that in the month of February, only small unimportant chapters were remaining. And yes, in February, you can practice consolidation, practice exam style. So my responsibility is make you guys confident enough to practice questions in February month on your own. I hope this is clear. Okay? And yes, maybe I may require few extra classes, maybe in December, maybe in January. Okay? So you all are working? Yes, guys? All are
Yeah,
working?
Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
sir.
Monday
Yes,
to
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
most of you are working, na? 9 to 5.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if any extra classes are required later on, we can only have them after evening, like 6, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. है ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, we'll see that later. पहले start तो कर ले.
Sir, can I
Okay.
ask something?
हाँ, sure.
So basically, you have cleared what to expect, what to study, how to approach things.
हम्म
But just one thing, like coming from skill level to this strategic level, अभी
हम्म
how our study style should change. पहले तो क्या होता था, notes बनाए, क्वेश्चन सॉल्व
हम्म
किए, हो गया. अभी आई डोंट थिंक नोट्स बनाना विल बी गुड. मतलब
No.
नोट्स बनाने का स्टाइल भी चेंज होगा, राइट? सो हाउ वी आर
Hmm.
सपोज टू.
Good, good. Very good question. Okay, so basically what she's asking is how we are going to approach, how you are going to approach, not me, how you are going to approach this subject on your own. है ना? So see, first thing, no need to make notes, honestly. But if you are habitual of it, yes, because some students they are like, yes, notes banana hi hai, you can do that, no problem. For preparing notes, use your VGLD book only. Okay, already in the book, in most of the, I mean, it's in a very good structure. They have explained the thing with example, everything is there. That's why I'm saying don't prepare any summary notes. But still you think, yes, I have to prepare, you can do that. Number one thing. Now, how you are going to approach this? It's very simple. Okay, we'll have lecture on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Whatever I will teach you in the weekend, okay, whatever, maybe one standard, maybe three standards, four standards, whatever I will teach you in the weekend, you have to revise everything in the coming weekdays, Monday to Friday. You have to revise it and you have to solve some questions. So in your book, I mean, this is your book. If you go to the last, okay, there are questions or answers also at the back. Okay, so solve those question and answers. I will also solve few questions, but I'll have my own question answers which I'll solve with you. So the approach is very simple. Don't make any extra notes. Okay. Initially, attend all the classes. Whatever is taught in the class, revise plus practice. Give more time to practice, less time to revise because application is more important here. Okay. So practice more in those Monday to Friday in those days. If you are working, try to have at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. This is very important because I know those people who are working, job ka stress, everything is there. Then yes, personal works are also there. So please, everybody, make a routine. By routine, I mean baki cheezon se I don't care. I only care that you should have at least 2 to 3 hours on daily basis on some particular fixed time. If you are waking up early, like 6:30 a.m. in on Saturday and Sunday, wake up uh, every day at same time and give 2 hours in the morning or night, whatever seems fits to you. Okay. That's it. This is what you have to do right now. ठीक है?
One more
Hmm.
thing, like
Hmm.
my time zone doesn't match, so it's 3 a.m. Here right now. So will it be possible? Will it be fine if I go by the recorded classes? When will it be
Mhm.
available? Like usually it's 48 hours.
You are where?
So I'm in the UK.
Okay, you are in the UK right now. Okay. So that's 3 a.m. there, na?
Yeah.
PM.
3 a.m. रात के 3 बज रहे
रात के 3 बज रहे हैं अभी।
हैं. I just didn't want to miss the orientation class, so.
Okay. 3 a.m. and class will over in next 1 hour 30 minutes. So by 4:30. So जब सब उठते हैं ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में, you will be sleeping then, है ना?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
So obviously, I mean, if you attend the
Possible
class,
to attend the class.
it's not possible on daily basis. But see, I'll just say one thing. Uh, you can watch the recording. Obviously, this is not for everyone. This is only for her because of this time issue. Because not possible to do this every day. But meanwhile, please attend some session like for 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes. You can attend. You can go. Not every session, but few, just to have proper communication. If you have any doubts, you can also ask. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
just I mean attend some lectures live for few hours,
Mhm.
like 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, and rest of the thing you can attend via recordings also. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
okay. Good night. Okay, guys. So yes, any other doubt? Anyone who want to ask me?
Yes, sir. I have a
Mm-hmm.
question. Sir, actually, I have given the FR paper of 3-4 years back in for
Mm-hmm.
CFIL first group. Like I don't remember much because at
Mm-hmm.
the time which I have given exam, that time also India's IFRS was new. So a
Mm-hmm.
few questions were asked. So I have a little means little knowledge of IFRS and
Mm-hmm.
India's because that time big questions of goodwill consolidation and valuation
Mm-hmm.
questions were asked. So, sir, how to means handle this
Mm-hmm.
subject? Like,
Okay, no problem. I'll tell you. See what you need to do. When we study any topic, okay, कोई भी topic, कोई भी standard when we are studying it, ना, just do one thing. Uh, you have this book, VGLD book, study text, है ना?
yes, sir.
Use that, and from that, just go through the everything. I mean, you have to read everything once,
Okay,
basically, just to
yeah,
recall those important points. That's it.
okay, okay, sir.
Nothing more than that. And whatever I'm doing in the class, just focus on that, and it will happen. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So इतना stress
Okay,
मत लो इस चीज को लेके कि 4 years ago दिया था, I'm not remember. You will remember everything. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody else? Any doubt? Okay.
Uh,
So
Sir, I'm planning to give two
yes, Aditi.
subjects in
Hmm.
March. So is APM and SBR good combination?
You're working?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's discuss this at the end of the session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'll tell you. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. So I think it's time we should start now. Okay. So like I said, the first chapter, if you look at the book, it's chapter number 3, conceptual framework. Now in this chapter, and with the help of this chapter, you will see that what's going to be my approach when I teach you. Okay. So in your screen, I hope the Excel sheet is visible clearly.
Yes, sir.
है ना? Chalo. So in the chapter of conceptual framework, basically there's so many things, not everything you need to look at. Okay, just few things, very important things. And in the next whatever time is left, 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, and slowly, obviously, I will increase this time also. Like we'll go up to 3:30 or maybe 4 hours. But today is going to be a 3 hour session only. So you will see today that what's going to be my approach when I'm discussing any chapter. And that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the classes also. Now, so in the conceptual framework, the most important thing, according to me, is at the definition of asset. Definition of asset. Now, read this definition. What is an asset? Now, everybody, please focus. Okay. So, what is an asset? An asset is something which is a present economic resource which is controlled by you. You means entity, which is resulting from some past events and with potential future economic benefit. Now, just let's take any example, one example of any asset. Let's say your business, your entity purchase one machine and the cost of machine is, let's say, $1,000. Okay. Now, can I say that this is my asset? Can I say I need to look into the definition? This is very important definition. Trust me. In exam, you might have to write it. Okay. So we purchased one machine and the cost of the machine is how much? $1,000. Now I'm asking to myself, क्या ये मेरे लिए एक asset है? Okay. I'll go to the conceptual framework. In the conceptual framework, there is a definition of asset. So that means this has to meet this definition. And what definition is saying? Asset एक ऐसी चीज होती है which is your present economic resource. Is it your present economic resource? What do you mean by present economic resource? Present economic resource means something which you have in present. And see the word resource, which basically you are using in your organization, in your business activity. The answer is yes. Machine, I have this machine right now because I have purchased it. It's in the factory and I'm using it for the production. So yes, it is my present economic resource. Second point, do you control this? Yes, of course, I'm the owner of this. I do control it. Okay. Resulting from the past event. How have you got this machine? Few days back, I purchased this machine. So that purchase was the past event. With potential future economic benefit, does this machine, by using it, is this machine going to give me any future economic benefit? Yes. How? This machine is going to help me do this production. And when I sell the produced units, it's going to generate me revenue. So yes, see, revenue is economic benefit. So when I purchase this machine, it's fulfilling the definition of asset. So yes, this is my asset. Now, what does this mean? Every single thing you think it's an asset is not an asset. You have to fit those things in this definition. So if something is not fitting in this definition, it's not an asset. Don't worry. I have case studies. You can see here. See in the tab case study 1, solution. Okay. Case study 2, at least 3 to 4 case studies are there, long case studies, just to discuss all these concepts with you. Okay. So yes. Now something important. Okay. Don't worry. We'll come to the examples also. But first, I just to go through a few things. Probability does not need to be high. Even low potential benefit can meet the definition. Okay. Probability does not need to be high. Probability of what? Yes. Anyone? Probability
Future
of what?
economic benefits,
Okay, very good.
potential future economic
See, with potential future economic benefit, you can also say it with probability of future economic benefit. So what they're saying, even if the probability is less, no problem. If some probability is there, कि yes, future में economic benefit होगा, you can recognize it as your asset. Okay. So see, this is very important. Whatever is written under important is actually important. You need to write this in exam. How? I'll show you later on. But recognition depends on measurement, reliability, relevance, and faithful representation. This we'll see later. What is this recognition? So if somebody asks you कि भाई ये asset क्या होता है? Asset is something, okay, which is your present resource, which is controlled by you, resulting from past event, and yes, which is going to give you some economic benefit in the future. Now, if we talk about the definition of liability, है ना? Yes, please tell me, have you guys understood this? Or you need more detailed explanation of on the definition of asset? I'm sure that you all have gone, you know already the definition of asset. सबने यहाँ पे conceptual framework पढ़ा है ना? At least once.
benefit.
Anybody who has not went through the conceptual framework at all, पता ही नहीं क्या होता है conceptual framework. Okay. So let's see the definition of liability. Now, what do you mean by liability? See, when it comes to liability, it's very simple. I'll give you one simple example. Very, very basic, one of the basic example, and the more difficult example we'll see with the case study. Credit purchase, $100. When you purchase something on credit, is it your liability? Tell me, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Answer is yes. Yes, sir, it's a liability. बचपन से यही देखते आ रहे हैं. Credit purchase is a liability. But the question is, why it's a liability? किसने कहा it's a liability? Who told you that it's a liability? And yes, if it's a liability, why? कुछ तो conditions meet हो रही होंगी ना? Yes, those conditions are there in this definition. A liability is something where you have present obligation. One of the most important word, present obligation. If there is no present obligation, no liability. What do you mean by present obligation? Present obligation simply means I have purchased goods worth rupees 100. Now I am obligated. Okay, am I going to be obligated? No. Right now I am obligated to pay $100 to that supplier. So yes, there is present obligation. And if there is present obligation, that's your. So it's not about liability, then present obligation. No. First present obligation, then liability. पहले obligation आता है, फिर उसको हम liability बोलते हैं. Not first liability, then obligation. Okay. So in case of liability, there has to be a present obligation. And to fulfill that obligation, you need to transfer some resource. Yes, in order to fulfill this obligation of $100, I need to transfer my cash, my bank balance, which is one of my resource, financial resource, and due to a past event. So obviously, okay, tell me what is the past event here? In this example, what is the past event?
Credit purchase.
The purchase activity is the past event. So due to that purchase activity, which is a past event, now I have this obligation. And once I fulfill this obligation, my economic resources will go. That is what liability is. Now, this obligation could be of two types. Number one, legal obligations. And number two is constructive obligation. Can anybody tell me what is constructive obligation?
The constructive obligations we create ourselves by announcing
Yes.
the
Yes. See, there are two types of obligations. So suppose you made purchase of this goods, $100 goods you have purchased. Okay. Now, obviously, you must be having some contract with the supplier. है ना कि every month we are going to purchase this much quantity. That is going to be the amount. And by 15 or this date, particular date, I am going to make you the payment. This is something legal here. Am I right? This is a legal obligation. You have to pay. And to prove it that yes, it's legal, imagine what will happen if you won't pay. The supplier can file a case against you. See, legal. Supplier can go legal against you. So this is a legal obligation. So legal obligation comes when you have some written agreement, some contract between you and some other party. That's a legal obligation which you have to fulfill. But there's one more obligation which is not legal, which you have created by your own actions, by your own experience in the past. Can anyone give me one very simple example on a constructive obligation? Anybody?
warranty by the warranty
Hmm.
given by companies.
Okay, anybody else?
Sir, the bonus which the company pays to its employee.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Yes. Nupur, Preeti, Ruchi, guys.
So general business practices, when there's like no legal binding, but common practices in the small businesses.
Yes, in the small, in the big, in any business, practices which basically binds you, because of which some obligation is there. So let me give you one simple example. Those who have some confusion in this, I hope legal obligation is clear, contractual obligation. In case of constructive, it's a published policy or past practice. Published policy or past practice. See, suppose uh, during the year, pay attention everyone, this is important. Anything which I'm teaching in the class is important, okay? From the examination point of view. Suppose you sold 100, or let's say you sold 100 units quantity to the customer. Now, these are electronic items. These are what? Electronic items. And we know it very well that in case of electronic items, the chances of getting them, few of them back is also there. है ना कुछ issue हो सकता है. So what you did as an organization, you looked at into your past. In past also, you must have sold few units, and you found out based on your past experience that 1% of goods, not 2% of whatever we sell generally comes back to us for repairing purpose under the warranty. Okay. So 2% comes back to you. So that means what you are expecting now, you are expecting that in the coming year, 2 units I am going to get back for repairing. Okay. Now, what you are going to do now? So obviously you think that 2 units are going to come back. Once you sell all the 100 units, 2 units are going to come back you for repairing. So that means you have to what?
Sir, we need to make a provision.
Yes, we need to make a provision here. We need to make a provision for repairs. We need to make a provision for repairs. That we know. But the point is, why we are creating this provision? And second thing, is it a liability here? Yes, it's a liability. Yes, this provision is a liability. See, every provision you create now, I hope you know the definition of provision under IS 37. Provision is a liability. First thing you read in that standard. This provision is your liability. But sir, where is liability? I don't have to pay this, and maybe it's not 100% sure that 2 units are going to come back to me. It's just my estimation based on past experience. This is what known as constructive obligation. A liability is something where you have present obligation. Now, this present obligation can come from the legal obligation. If not, then constructive obligation. You have constructed this on yourself by your own, by looking at your past experience. So once you looked into your past experience, you found out कि भाई 100 में से 2 यूनिट तो मुझे ठीक करनी ही पड़ेगी. So this is your past practice. Every year you are doing this. Every year. So yes, this year also you have to do it. You have to create a liability for these 2 units. So this constructive obligation uh, could be based on your actions which you are doing from the past few years. Nothing on the website, nothing on your product which you are selling. But yes, your company is doing this from past 2 years. Your company is repairing the products free of cost from the last 2 years, last 5 years. But nothing is written here कि आप करोगे ही करोगे. Suddenly one day customer came and customer said, yeah, this product is not working. Please repair it. Company said, no, we are not going to repair it. Why? Company will say, okay, कहाँ लिखा है? Where we have written it that we are going to repair it after 1 month, 2 months, 6 months of selling. Customer can say, no, but see your actions. Customer will say, look at your actions. From the past 5 years, you are repairing these products. Then why not this one? So because of your actions, you have constructed an obligation on yourself. This is what constructive obligation. So even if you have constructive obligation, it's a liability. Okay. Now, low probability does not prevent liability existence, but it may affect recognition. Okay. Forget this slide. Yes. Is this clear? What is liability?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just giving you a quick recap of everything. Now, this is very important. Recognition criteria. See, there is one thing कि असेट क्या होता है, लाइबिलिटी क्या होती है, बट दिस completely different thing when to recognize it, when not to recognize something. I hope you know the meaning of recognition. Recognition basically means when you bring something into your books of accounts. An item is recognized only if it meets the definition of an element, it provides the relevant information, it is a faithful representation, and measurement uncertainty should not be very excessive. Can any one of you give me one simple example for this? Yes. Any example for recognition criteria? No one? Do you guys know what is recognition criteria? Basically, what does it means?
When it becomes certain that you will have we will have to pay based on the some situation or based on the past trend.
Anything else? Kuch aur? Anybody else? What is recognition criteria?
Basically, when and what amount we should recognize for an asset or liability.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, please understand everyone. See, there is one thing about the definition of asset. Something is asset or not depends on if it's fulfilling the definition. Something is liability or not, we will know only if it's fulfilling the definition. But only if something is fulfilling the definition of asset and liability does not mean that you are going to recognize it in your books of accounts. In order to recognize something as an asset or liability, yes, first it has to meet the definition of asset or liability or whatever element. But other three things should also be there, then only you can recognize. Suppose in my example, suppose let's say we purchased one, let's say one machine, okay? And नहीं नहीं, ये example नहीं. Let me think of another. 1 minute, no? Okay, so this we'll discuss with the case study, not right now. ठीक है? Right now, I just tell you that recognition criteria basically that in order to record something in your books, some conditions you have to fulfill. Okay, number one, obviously the definition. Number two, relevancy. The information it provides should be relevant. Faithful representation and measurement uncertainty is not excessive. Don't worry, we'll discuss this with the example, but in some time. Okay. Now we'll read this also, measurement basis, but after some time. Now let's come to one case study. I hope you can see the case study on your screen. So this is how we are going to deal with your entire syllabus. For everything, there will be a case study because obviously, see, in exam you are going to get the case study. Simple. है ना? तो आई एम ट्राइंग कि मैं उसी तरीके से आपको उन चीजों को करवाऊं ताकि यू गेट एन आइडिया हाउ टू राइट इट. Now pay attention on this. This is very important. Now, how many of you know the intangible assets? You all know what are intangible assets?
Yes, sir.
है ना? चलो. So
Yes.
now listen. Read this case. Okay. Solaris Biotech develops advanced gene editing technology. Okay, these are not simple cases. Every case is very, very good. So pay very close attention. You will learn more with the help of these case studies. Solaris Biotech develops a advanced gene editing technology. So it's a technology which can actually change the genes. Okay. During the year ended December X7, the following event occurs. कुछ events हुए हैं. Let's see the events. Event number 1. Development of gene editing patent. So they are developing one patent. So let's just focus that this patent is what? An intangible asset. So they are developing an intangible asset. The research cost for this intangible asset was $1.2 million, 12 lakh dollar. Development cost, basically the prototype creation, was $9 lakh. And development for this safety trials on 6,000 samples, okay, $7,50,000, and regulatory submission $3 lakh. Okay, so if you take total of these four, how much this is coming? कितना आ रहा है total?
3.15 million.
Total of all four, ना? $.
Yes.
ठीक है, 3.14.
3.15.
15 ना, हाँ ये है ना, ठीक है. So total of this is $3.15 million. This is what we have incurred on the research and development of this intangible asset, which is a patent for the gene editing. Okay? This is the event which have occurred. Don't jump on your conclusion. Don't think कि क्या करना है. Forget about it. Just understand कि यहाँ हो क्या रहा है. Okay. Some more facts are given to you. The technology has significant commercial potential. Significant commercial potential. What does this means? This means this technology which you are developing, which is basically the gene editing, okay? If you develop it well, I mean, you have already developed it for $3.15 million, you can actually sell it. So yes, it has very good commercial potential, but regulatory approval is highly uncertain. Here comes the uncertainty. You can develop it, you are developing it, business बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत पैसे कमाओगे, but government is going to approve it or not, that is uncertain. Number one. Pay very close attention, okay? Management expects a success probability of only 35%. Management expects, what management wants here, that if we develop this patent technology, okay, the probability of success, they are expecting कि 35% chances है कि it's going to be successful. Cash flow forecasts range from $0 to $40 million depending on approval. So if you got the approval from the regulatory authority and if you start selling it, you are forecasting that $0 to $40 million cash you will generate. Management wants to recognize an intangible asset of $3.15 million, arguing future benefit exists. Now here comes the most important part. What is that most important part? What management wants? Management wants to recognize this $3.15 million as an intangible asset. Now, listen very carefully. Suppose you get this in the exam. There's a big case study and something like this is there. And in the requirement, they're saying the management wants to do this because they are arguing. See, the first thing which comes to our mind, when we read this line, okay, we will be, okay, management wants to do this. Okay, ठीक है. So we'll write under IS 38, intangible asset management 3.15 full stop. No. Now understand, you are financial advisor. You're not some random person here. You need to understand this. If management wants to do this, does it mean it's okay? There's no wrong in this. The first thing when you read anything ना, सबसे पहले आपको तो क्या सोचना है? This is wrong. That's why it's given in the question. Something is missing here. Remember analyzing the situation. So I'm trying to cover those things here also. Analyze it. So management wants this, but you are advisor. You need to think like an advisor. So management is saying, let's recognize this as an intangible asset because according to management, there is a future benefit which exists. But is there only future benefit which is important to recognize something as an intangible asset? No, there are other conditions also. Now, tell me guys, suppose you get this in the exam, how you are going to write the answer? कैसे लिखोगे? क्या लगता है? Just tell me your approach, how you are going to present this. This is very important because now actually we are discussing what we are going to write in the exam. So listen very carefully. Yes, but first I want someone who can explain this to me.
Sir, though I'm not sure, but I think since the probability is low, so we have two options, either to recognize it as an intangible asset in the balance sheet, and since the approval is still pending, so we can also treat it as expenses in P&L.
Okay. So, I mean, suppose you get this in the exam, you will directly write this?
No, sir. No, sir.
हाँ. So, how you are going to write it? That's what I'm asking. Presentation. क्या लिखोगे पहले?
Sir, as you told us that we will back up with some IFRS. So right now I don't
IS
mention.
38.
Okay. So IS 38 we'll explain that this
Mm-hmm.
how it fits into the definition of an intangible asset
Very good. Mm-hmm.
as per the relevant IFRS 38 that
IAS.
sorry
IAS.
sorry sir
No problem.
IAS 38 defines intangible asset as this,
Mm-hmm.
and this patent would be treated as an intangible asset. And then we'll further explain that since we have been provided an information that the probability of approval is just 35%,
Mm-hmm.
so because of the low probability,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not
ठीक
sure on the answer.
ठीक है, no problem. I understood. Good, but very good try. See, guys, this is how you need to write it. If you write simply, ki, no, this is not an intangible asset because this, you will get less than half marks. First, you need to tell the examiner ki as per IAS 38 intangible asset, an intangible asset is this, and this. You need to show them you know the definition. And then you need to tell that in the question, okay, what was the name? Solaris Biotech was developing a patent. Total cost incurred was this, and the management wants to recognize it as an intangible asset. Now you need to analyze it. Is it an intangible asset or not? And suppose you came to the conclusion that it's not an intangible asset. Let's say you need to write, yes, this is not an intangible asset because this and that. See, तो पहले आपने बता दिया ना कि definition में क्या होना चाहिए. And then you sorry, पहले आपने ये बता दिया what is in the definition of intangible asset, and now you are telling the examiner those conditions are not fulfilled here. This is how you present the answer. Concept, practically what is happening, then make a connection. This is the perfect way of writing the case study answer. Okay, so now we want to know whether, okay, tell me what you guys think. Is it an intangible asset? No need to go into IS 38. Read the definition of asset here. What is an asset? A present economic resource controlled by the entity resulting from past event with potential future economic benefit. Is these conditions fulfilled here? Okay, let's see. No need to write, no need to just pay attention. See, once you understand, you can very easily write it. So requirement number one, should Solaris recognize $3.15 million as a patent, as an intangible asset? Now see, does the technology meet the definition of an asset? This patent technology which you are developing, is it meeting the definition of asset? Let's say no. Forget about the IS 38 then at all. If it's not an asset, how can it be intangible asset? Now, is it meeting the definition of asset? Is it controlled? See, under the definition of asset, the first thing is whether you control it or not. So, do you control it? Tell me, do you control this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, we
Yes, sir.
control it. It is our technology. We have incurred all this. मैंने खर्चा किया तो मेरे कंट्रोल में होगा तो किसके कंट्रोल में होगा? ठीक है. Second point. Potential to provide economic benefit. Yes, there is potential to provide economic benefit. Read this line. Only because of approval it's pending, na? But once I get the approval, the potential is there. So yes, the second condition also gets fulfilled. Result of past event, yes, I did all that research, development, work completed. So yes, resulting because of the past. So three conditions are perfectly matched. I control it. There's a potential to provide the economic benefit in the future. And yes, due to some past event. Okay. Thus, an asset exists conceptually, but okay, pay very close attention. If you look at the definition, yes, this one we forgot, but yes, obviously this is a present economic resource you use into the business, and yes, you will generate the future. So all conditions are basically fulfilled. Yes, this is an asset. But जब हम concept पढ़ रहे थे, I told you something here. If you remember, even if it's an asset, there are other conditions also which needs to be fulfilled if you need to recognize it in the books. This is also you have to write there. So if you just write 2 or 3 lines, no, you have to write everything. First of all, you need to tell them whether uh, these expenditures of $3.15 million which you have made, whether it's an asset or not. Are you getting it? And now you are saying yes, An asset exists conceptually, but now apply the recognition criteria also. Does it meet the recognition? If not, then you cannot recognize it in the MOOCs. So recognition criteria requires, pay attention, it should be relevant. Whatever information you are going to record with intent, it should be relevant. The representation should be faithful, and yes, the measurement reliability should be there. However, read this. Cash flow estimates range from 0 to $40 million. Approval probability is only 35%. High measurement uncertainty. Past events do not guarantee future inflows. Tell me what you understand by these 4 lines. Yes, tell me. Any idea? Okay,
Correct.
just
Work
uh,
amount we would recognize it. Amount is not.
okay, tell me the meaning of just this line, which I have highlighted. High measurement uncertainty.
Uh, Amount cannot be measured. Really,
Mm-hmm.
Since the cash flow estimates is ranging from 0 to 40 million, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why there is a high measurement uncertainty, that because there is a chance that the cash flow would be 0 also, or it may rise up to 40 million also.
Okay. And probability chances are also very less,
Also
less than
very low, yeah.
50%. Great.
Yeah.
See, guys, so definition of asset is met, no problem with that. But when it comes to recognition criteria, recognition criteria says, okay, first meet the definition, then the information should be relevant. Okay, so yes, if you record it, it will provide the relevant information to the stakeholder कि इनके पास एक intangible asset है. It should be faithful. Okay, ये भी ठीक है. Problem is here, measurement uncertainty should not be excessive. When you measure it, the uncertainty should not be excessive. But if you look at this example, these points, the only thing which you can find is the measurement uncertainty is excessive. Number one, the probability of getting the approval is only 35%. Think about it. That means 65% chances are there that you will not get the approval. If you not get the approval, क्या measure कर रहे हो? क्यों measure कर रहे हो? Okay, just a minute, Kunal. Okay, cash flow forecast is 0 to 40 million. So it could be 0 also, na? So because of this measurement uncertainty, okay, you cannot recognize it in the books of accounts. So now when you write this, first you have to write it. Okay, what is an asset? This is the points of asset, but in the given case, it is not meeting the definition. Sorry, it's meeting the definition of asset. You have to explain where it is meeting each and every points of definition, and then you have to come to the recognition criteria. Yes, Kunal.
Sir, can we quote IS 13.7 also here? Like the
Why?
probability of success is only 35%, so we do not recognize an asset
नहीं तो
as the
IS 37 में क्या कोट करोगे प्रोविजंस में?
सर
डोंट
मतलब
अंडरस्टैंड.
अगर virtually certain होती है एसेट्स तो ही हम एसेट्स को रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं
अच्छा
अपने
अच्छा, हाँ
फाइनेंस.
हाँ हाँ, यू कैन डू दैट, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट लास्ट में, okay, this is more about asset and recognition criteria, less about the IS 37. So any less important point you can write at the end only. Okay. Okay,
सर
guys. Yes, guys. Is it clear? See, it's not about, it was a very simple question, honestly, but it was more about that how you approach the questions, how you write things. Okay. So, so read this line. So high measure, okay, as per conceptual framework, if measurement uncertainty is so high that no amount would faithfully represent the asset, do not recognize it. Okay. Thus, the $3.15 million should not be recognized as an intangible asset. Entire amount is expensed. पूरा P&L में चला जाएगा आपके. This is how you present it in the exam. Okay. Now, let's go back to our case. Remember, there were different events. This was just event number 1. Okay. Before we move further, tell me, is this okay? Okay, is this way? I mean, you are getting the concept with the help of the case studies, or should I just go through the concepts?
Sir, through case studies, it is better. Better.
Okay, what we are doing currently. Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
others also. Yes, you all have some say. You can आप बोल सकते हो. You all
Yes.
have paid the fees. ठीक
Yes,
है?
sir.
Hmm. Okay, so this is better. Okay, we'll use the case. And trust me, only case studies. मैं इतनी केस स्टडी कराऊंगा, इतनी केस स्टडी कराऊंगा. ओके, सपनों में भी केस स्टडी दिखेगी आप लोग को. ठीक है? Anyways, so let's see the event number 2. And see, basically case study also makes the class interesting. कंसेप्ट पढ़ेंगे ना, तुम्हारा तो पता नहीं, मैं भी सो जाऊंगा शायद. ठीक है. सो इवेंट नंबर 2 इज related to government grant, and also when we teach through study case studies na, we touch other standards also. This makes it's very good, and basically the purpose of subject gets solved. It's a mix. एक एक स्टैंडर्ड करके कभी you cannot do this. You have to mix everything. Okay, चलो. Event number 2, government grant. This is very interesting. Solaris receives $2 million grant from the National Health Authority to support further development. है ना? So National Health Authority said to Solaris, कि Solaris, you are doing very good work. You are developing this new technology for gene editing. Okay, so we are going to give you some grant money. I'm sure you all know that what is this government grant. Okay. Kindly share the Excel file. I have shared it on the screen already. Preeti? Okay, so share with you guys. That's what you're asking, na?
Yes, sir. Sir, after the class, if you can
हाँ
share
हाँ
the, we will revise again.
हाँ, everything which I'm showing you, everything is yours. ठीक है? You'll get
Thank you.
everything. Don't worry. Okay. So, हाँ. So Solaris received here $2 million of government grant, okay, to support further development. But the grant becomes repayable if Solaris does not successfully submit clinical trials within 18 months. Now, because of this line only, this grant has become conditional. I hope you remember government grants, conditional, unconditional. There is a condition. Government is saying, sorry, authority is saying, take $2 million, no problem. But within 18 months, we need to see the clinical trials. If you're not doing the clinical trials for this gene technology, the gene changing technology, you have to repay the grant back to us. Management believes repayment is unlikely. Now, what management believes here? Management is thinking, no, this repayment is very less chances that we are going to repay it back. Tell me, what do you think? Is the repayment unlikely or is it likely?
Unlikely.
Why? When you answer, you have to tell me why, okay? Come on, guys, try karo. Give something. Hone do if it's wrong.
So maybe this is this is
Uh,
not
uh,
contractual.
eh?
It's not in a contract.
Sir, repayment is depends on the performance.
So it's likely or unlikely?
So
आप
it is
देखो, what I am asking to all of you, just tell me, इनको पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं करना पड़ेगा? Repayment. What are
Sir,
the
if they are
chances
not
of that?
successful, then they have to repay.
Hmm. Should they create, okay, tell me, should they create any provision for this?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay, why? Because if you are saying they need to create a provision, that means you are saying, sorry, I
Management is
forget it. That means you are saying the repayment is very likely.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
We will create a provision before because there is an uncertainty that we need to pay in the future. So that we will create the provision.
And why there is something that yes, you need to pay this, repay this amount in the future. Why you are thinking like this?
Because
Sir,
by
because if they fail in the clinical trial result within 18 months, then they have to repay.
And why do you think that they are going to fail in the within 18 months in the clinical trials?
just as a means it is unlikely So we will create the provision. It may be in after 18 months we will fail, and that's why we are creating provision by today.
ठीक है, चलो, okay, we'll read this. Okay, ये क्या है? Okay. Requirement number 2, government grant recognition. The grant becomes payable if Solaris fails clinical submission in 18 months. This is the condition. Okay. Apply the liability definition. Nobody said this to me. You were saying, sir, provision, but we all know provision is a liability. So don't you think we have to go through the definition of liability, whether it's a liability or not? So you have to remember these points. If you are saying it's a provision, the first thing is, sir, we need to see whether it's meeting the definition. Provision is a liability. So if it's meeting the definition of liability or not, ये तो देखोगे ना? Okay. So is there any present obligation? Do you have to repay the money right now? You have the obligation. See, don't think कि आपने गलत आंसर दिया है, सही आंसर दिया. Focus कि how deep you have to think. You guys said कि sir, we need to create a provision because, and when you are saying that you need to create a provision, basically you are indirectly saying that sir, yes, what management believes is wrong. है ना? Management believes that repayment is unlikely. But you are saying, no, sir, create the provision. Why? Because we think, yes, we have to make the payment in the future. And when you said this, you need to create a provision. That means you are saying it's a liability. So let's check if it's meeting the definition of liabilities. Now, in the first part of definition, there has to be a present obligation, whether legal or constructive. Tell me, where is that obligation? Do you have any legal obligation to repay this $2 million right now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have done something in the past which showing that you have to pay this to, I mean, in past you have not fulfilled the criteria set by the government or authority, and now you have to obviously pay it back. No information is given about the past at all. There is no obligation here, dear. No present obligation. And if there is no present obligation, how can you say you have to create a provision? Are you getting the point or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you write, when you think, you have to think in that way only. Okay, so uh, read here. कहाँ गया? हाँ. Present obligation? No, obviously no. The obligation will arise. The obligation is conditional here. It depends if we fail within 18 months. Constructive obligation? No, no constructive obligation, no legal obligation. Probability of repayment? What is the probability that you are going to make this payment? Uncertain. You don't know anything right now. It's not a provision. It's not a liability at all. Thus, it's not a liability. Pay attention. It's not a liability. Read this part only. Okay. You need to recognize this as a deferred income. अब ये क्या है सर नया? So this will ignore this part, deferred income part. ये जब government grants revise कराऊंगा तब बता दूंगा, ठीक है? But I hope it's clear that why it's not a liability. The only point that why I'm keeping this here is to make you guys understood that don't jump on your conclusion कि हाँ provision create कर दो $2 million. Why create provision? Where is obligation? Provision is liability. Liability means present obligation. Always go for this. Where is present obligation? Ask, where is present obligation? No present obligation, no liability, no provision. Forget about everything. Is it clear, guys, now? Yes, please tell me.
Sir, this $2 million grant, how we will apportion this, on what basis?
Apportion. Yes, that's the concept of deferred income, na? How we are
Yes.
going to apportion this deferred income over the time period. So see, when government gives you any grant, obviously it is related to something which you are manufacturing. है ना?
Yes.
Those gene products. Okay. Now let's say you are manufacturing it for over the 5 years. So this amount will be divided over the 5 years. So we need some additional information for that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So this event was not about how we recognize the deferred income. That's why I said, जब government grant में आएंगे ना, then I will tell you how to do all these things. Okay. It was more
Yes.
about the liability part. Yes, there is another event. Event number 3, litigation claim. A competitor files a lawsuit claiming Solaris violated a pre-existing patent. Lawyer assesses what your lawyer said. 20% chance, Solaris bhai, you will lose. One of the competitor, just remember, filed a case against you, and your lawyer is sitting next to you and saying 20% chance you are going to lose. That means 80% chance is there that you are going to pass. You are going to get successful in this case. है ना? Estimated payout if lost. And again, that lawyer said, see, listen, 20% chance you are going to fail. And if you fail, uh, get ready with the $10 million that you need to pay. Okay. Management wants to avoid disclosing the case because it may scare investors. See the lines I'm using here. This is how you get in the exam also. Trust me. That's why I'm trying to make it more and more relatable to your examination kind of questions. Now what? See, so there is no requirement here, na? Do I have wrote कि आपको क्या करना है इसमें नहीं ना? But this line, you need to understand the hidden meaning of this line. They're asking you something here. Management is saying, don't disclose this $10 million. Because if we disclose this $10 million as a liability, as a provision in the balance sheet liability side, the investors, अरे इनके ऊपर तो $10 million की liability है. यही तो सोचेंगे, ये तो गलत इंप्रेशन चला गया. तो मैनेजमेंट, नाउ what management says, it's not our concern. We are advisor. We need to look into this event and think, should we create a provision or not here? Is there a liability or not? We are still discussing the element of financial statement, asset liability. Is there a liability or not? So again, we need to do the same. Okay, first, obviously, you guys need to tell me, what is your opinion? Is there a liability? Do we need to show this $10 million in the balance sheet as a liability?
No, sir, it is not a liability. Because if we see the definition, so there is no present obligation because 80% we will be winning the case. But sir, in my opinion, it will come as a contingent liability. We have to disclose it in the notes to accounts.
Okay. Yes, anybody else? Alright, guys, come on. Kunal, Nupur, Satya. Give it a try, guys. Okay, no problem. I'm the teacher, so मुझे ही बताना पड़ेगा, है ना? Okay. So requirement number 3 is litigation liability. Apply the liability definition. Do you have present obligation? What is present obligation? It's legal or it's constructive? What is the legal? Do you have any legal obligation right now that you have to pay this $10 million within few days? No. Constructive तो भूल ही जाओ इस केस में. Nothing is there. There is no present obligation at all. It depends on winning or losing the case. In that also, the chances of losing the case is only 20%. There is no obligation at all on you. ठीक है? So present obligation, no. Past event, yes. You must have done something in the past, ना? Infringement. आपने past में उसके patent को शायद copy किया था. You did something wrong. Because of that, that competitor has filed a case against you. Okay? So yes, past event is there. Transfer of economic resource. Read the definition of liability. Present obligation. In our example, it's not there. Past event, yes. transfer of an economic resource. So what I told you when we discussed this line, that yes, in the future you have to transfer some of your economic resource like cash, bank balance, asset, something to settle this liability. अरे कोई ऑब्लिगेशन ही नहीं है तो क्या ट्रांसफर करोगे फ्यूचर में? And also low probability is there. See, estimated payout if lost $10 million. Sorry, estimated payout if lost. If you lose the case, you need to pay 20 million, sorry, $10 million. So maybe you are thinking right now कि सर है तो $10 million का हमको पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा. It's not about कि पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा. It's about, see, transfer an economic resource. You have a liability when there is something which shows that yes, you have to transfer this resource. Nothing is there ना, only 20% chance are there कि I'm going to lose it. इसके बेस से मैं लायबिलिटी थोड़ा ना क्रिएट करूंगा. सो ट्रांसफर ऑफ इकोनॉमिक रिसोर्स लाइकली नो, लो प्रोबेबिलिटी. According to concept framework, when probability of outflow is low, recognition is not relevant. No liability recognized. It will be a contingent liability like you said. Outflow is possible. हो सकता है कि मुझे पेमेंट करना पड़े. Okay, show it as a contingent liability. Outflow is not probable. If probability is there of the outflow, present obligation is then liability, otherwise no. Now tell me, is this clear?
Sir, you have
Yes.
written in the answer according to conceptual framework. So this conceptual framework, it is a recognized term, like we have to use it.
Not necessary. You can
Okay.
also write as per the definition of liability like this. See, because the definition of asset, liability, income, everything is given under the conceptual framework. So
Okay,
you
sir.
can, we generally use the word conceptual framework only. Okay?
So, sir, but we have to write the definition of liability in the
Yes,
answer.
yes, that you have to write. You need
Okay,
to
sir.
tell the examiner, ki, yes, this is the definition and it's not meeting it here. That's why
Okay,
it's
sir.
not a liability. Yes, anyone? Any other doubt? Come on, guys. At least tell me, are you getting it? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ
Sir,
रहा है?
if any of the one condition is
Hmm.
not satisfied, then we will not recognize it as a liability and it applies same to
Yes,
the asset.
yes. Every
Okay.
condition has to be fulfilled.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, guys. समझ में आ रहा है सबको or not?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
कौन-कौन सो गया वापस? Hmm? Nobody, na? Good. चलो. Case is not yet over. Now let's go back to the conceptual framework. So what we have seen, abhi wapas will come back to this case study. And this is since our first case study. So I'm going bit slow. The reason is you get the idea that how these case studies are, then how's the requirement, kaise answer karna hai. In the next session, obviously I will increase the speed. Okay. Now let's come back to the conceptual framework. और भी कुछ कुछ दिया हुआ है. Under the conceptual framework will provide you how you are going to measure your asset and liability. See, there's one thing key I need to recognize or not asset and liabilities. Okay, asset and liabilities definition, recognition criteria. When do we recognize it? When these conditions are met. Definition done, relevant information, faithful representation, and measurement uncertainty should not be there. If these conditions are fulfilled, you can recognize it. But how you are going to calculate it? ठीक है. Let's say this is my mobile phone. Is this an asset? Yes, this is an asset, sir. Okay. Am I going to recognize it in the books? Yes, sir. It is meeting the recognition criteria. Great. How I'm going to measure the amount? For measuring the amount, for recognition in the books, you need an amount, dollars. For measurement, there are different ways you can use for measurement. The first one is very famous. What is it? Historical cost method. Sir, खरीदा कितने पे था? Okay, sir, you bought it for 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so 1 lakh rupees पे आप इसे recognize कर लो. Done. So, you understood what is this measurement basis? You need to measure it, na? So, how you are going to measure it? There are basically 4 methods. Out of this, not all 4 are important. Historical cost is very simple. It includes the original transaction price. Okay. Some pros and cons are there. The historical cost is verifiable and neutral. Tell me how it is verifiable.
Sir, because there is an
With the
invoice.
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 One by one. Because there is a
Sir,
invoice.
invoice.
Yes, because you must have purchased this mobile phone, है ना? तो सर आपके पास बिल तो होगा ना? Verify it from there. Very good. Cons, sorry, may lose relevance over time. What does this mean? Why this is a con disadvantage of historical cost? It doesn't matter, sir, by how much, I mean, how much you have paid for this. What is its value as on today? It must be depreciating over the time, na? So in case of assets, they depreciate. The value keeps on changing. So it does not matter what is the historical cost. Remember sunk cost. So it's a historical cost. जो हो गया सो हो गया. अब उसका कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता.
So the same as you shown your mobile phone, it might like the price which changes over time. If we sell it after a year, it may cost half of the price. We may receive half
Yes.
of the
The
price.
fair value keeps on changing, the market value. Okay. So your historical cost is not relevant anymore. Second method for measurement is the fair value. Pay very close attention because based on this, in the case study, we have another event also. Okay. Fair value. What do you mean by fair value? Anybody? There's an entire standard on this, IFRS 13, which is very important. In exam, they ask question on fair value, IFRS 13. So what do you mean by fair value? Fair value basically means this is my mobile. I want to sell it today. So in order to, I mean, sell it, I need to go to the market and find out how much money it's going to fetch, the market value. That is its fair value. I have a liability to a bank. Suppose I took some loan few years ago, okay, and I want to settle this loan as on today. So what is the fair value of this? I will go to the bank and ask bank, okay, bank, tell me what is the amount I need to pay today to settle this loan. That is the fair value of loan. So fair value is something which is related to market. ठीक बोल रहा हूं मैं? Fair value is something which is related to market. It's not personal. You cannot say, for me, this is fair value. For that person, something else is fair value. Fair value is always related to market. What is the price in market? So if I'm taking a mobile phone which is being used for 1 year, let's say they are saying the fair value is 70,000 rupees. Another person who is taking the same mobile phone, same brand used for 1 year, 70,000 rupees. So these things are linked to the market. Okay. So what happens? This fair value can also be used as a measurement base. This is known as exit price between market. See, this is a good question. Tell me, what do you mean by exit price here? Why they are using the term exit price for fair value? Okay. Just answer this question. I'm rephrasing it, presenting it in a different way in front of you. Today I'm thinking it's Sunday, so I'm thinking I'm go and buy a new mobile phone. मुझे एक नया मोबाइल फोन खरीदने जाना है आज. Okay, some asset I need to buy for my house. Okay. Uh, when we buy something, do we think about fair value or just कि भाई इसकी purchase cost कितनी है? When we buy something, do we
So
think
we
about its
also
fair
check
value?
with other market also,
Uh,
other selling.
in other, I mean, you check also these from other sellers, but you
Yes.
are not interested in fair value. Fair value का तो आपके mind में आता भी नहीं when you try to purchase something. What you are interested in? Purchase cost. कि what is the cost of this? खत्म. I mean, what is the selling price? कि भाई कितने में दे रहे हो सामान मेरे को? That's what you do ना. For you, it's a cost, purchase cost. That's why I'm using the word purchase cost. So for you, it's a purchase cost. कि भाई, what is the cost of this mobile phone? Full stop. There is no fair value concept when you buying something. The fair value concept only comes when you sell something. Okay, I want to sell my mobile phone. What is the fair value it's going to fetch in the market? I want to settle my liability. How much amount, by how much amount it's going to settle? That's its fair value. So fair value discussion only comes when something is going out, Whether you are settling your liabilities, closing it, whether you are selling your asset. That's why the word exit is used here. Exit, not entry price. Entry price means cost, purchase cost. Exit price means you are exiting from liability, you are exiting from your asset. That's why they have used the term exit price. Okay. So what are the pros of using the fair value? Obviously, the first one is quite simple. It reflects the current condition. And one of the disadvantage, subjective when markets inactive. Yes. When market, see, like I told you, fair value depends on market. If market is inactive, the market is not doing great, then in that case, the fair value might be on a higher or lower side. This we'll discuss under IFRS 13. Okay, so IFRS 13 alag se hai. It's very important. So we'll discuss more in that. So far, two measurement bases we have seen. Historical cost. If I want to use historical cost, we should have the transaction price with us. If I want to use the fair value method, I need to have the market price of the products, asset or liabilities. Third is value in use method. So anybody who knows what is value in use? Yes. What is value in use method for measurement? It is related to FM, time value of money. Yes, anyone? Okay. I bought one mobile phone. Pay attention, everyone. I bought one mobile phone 2 years ago. Okay. And I'm taking this example in rupees. Okay. Okay. 2 years ago. And let's say I paid 1 lakh rupees for this. Now, as on today, I mean, after 2 years today, I want to find out, I want to value my mobile phone. Tell me, how can I value my mobile phone as on today? I want to know what is the value of my mobile phone as on today. Yes, tell me, how can I do it? Arey, how you can measure the value of your mobile phone as on today? जितना पढ़ा है उसके बेसिस पे तो बता सकते हो.
Sir, if we like, we can calculate the depreciated value. Like if we
ठीक
purchase
है.
one
You
and the
purchased it
depreciation
2 years ago, so sir, we can calculate its carrying value after depreciation. Great. And what else? Yes, current market price. Sir, we can also find out its current market price. That means its fair value. ठीक है? Any doubt so far? We need to know what is the value of mobile phone as on today. Okay, sir. So carrying value you can find out. This is one of the method. Basically, this is historical cost measurement basis, and this is the fair value measurement basis. So go in the market and check what is the value of your mobile phone fair value. बहुत बढ़िया. We can do this. There's one more thing. There's one more way of finding the value as on today, which is very practical. Okay, I want to know what is the value of my mobile phone. Let's say I use this mobile phone for my business purpose. Not personal, this is my business mobile phone. I will see कि इस मोबाइल फोन से मुझे नेक्स्ट कितने ईयर्स में कितना बेनिफिट होने वाला है, इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट. So I came to know that this mobile phone is going to give me the benefit for next 1, 2, and 3 years. And every year, this mobile phone is going to give me the benefit. In the first year, it's going to give me the benefit of 10,000 rupees. Next year, 9,000 rupees. Then 8,000 rupees. Okay, what is the present value of this? I mean, I hope everybody knows the concept of present value. So in 1 year, this mobile phone will give me the benefit of 10,000. What is the value of this 10,000 as on today? As on today means 0 year. 0 means today. So as on today, the value of this one is it of this 10,000 is, let's assume, is 9,000 rupees. Okay, in 2 years time, I will get 9,000 by using this mobile phone. What is the value of this 9,000 as on today? Let's say 8,500. What is the value of this 8,000 as on today. Let's say 7,200. So what is the value of my mobile phone as on today? The total of these three. That's it. What is the value of something? किसी भी चीज की वैल्यू क्या होती है कि आप उससे कितना बेनिफिट जनरेट कर सकते हो, यही तो वैल्यू होती है, और क्या होता है? आई होप यू आर गेटिंग दिस. किसी भी चीज की व्हाट इज द वैल्यू? वैल्यू मीन्स कि आपको उससे कितना बेनिफिट. व्हेन यू गो टू द मार्केट, यू परचेस सम क्लोथ्स, यू ईट सम गुड रेस्टोरेंट, यू पे मनी. क्या बोलते हो उसके बाद? या ये खाना ना मतलब पूरा पैसा वसूल हो गया हमारा. हाँ, दिस जैकेट इज वेरी नाइस, पैसा वसूल हो गया. हाँ, यस, बट इन पर्सनल वे हम वी डोंट टॉक अबाउट कि मुझे उससे इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट कितना आ रहा है. बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बिजनेसेस हियर. बिजनेस तो विल ऑलवेज लुक इनटू दिस ना. ओके, सो आई एम पेइंग दिस, हाउ मच इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट आई एम गोइंग टू गेट फ्रॉम दिस. So by using this mobile phone for the next 3 years, the total benefit I am going to get is 24,700. Okay, so the value of my mobile phone as on today is 24,700. That is known as value in use method of measurement. Another very important method which is being used. But this method is normally used when the fair value, I mean, calculating the fair value is not possible, and you don't know the current carrying value. Then people use the value in use because it is bit technical, and you need to find out the present values here. Tell me, is this clear? See, the value in use is present value of future cash flow from using the asset. Pros, entity specific value. Yes, can anyone explain me what do you mean by this entity specific value? Very, very interesting point, this one.
So this value would be entity specific because like this future cash inflows will vary from entity to entity.
Very good.
It is not a general thing.
Yes, you cannot say, okay, I can say this mobile phone will generate 10,000, 9,000, 8,000 in the coming 3 years. मेरा पड़ोसी भी यही बोल सकता है अपने मोबाइल फोन के लिए? नहीं. हाँ, वो बोल सकता है, but the amount will be different. Are you getting the point? Okay. So this method, value in use method, is more specific to you. It's not a general method. And also you will be using some interest rate for discounting it, calculating the present value. The interest rate is different for every organization. So that's why they're saying the value in use is more entity specific. And the con says high estimation uncertainty. Yes, estimation uncertainty. See, these amounts are estimated. कि इतना इतना economic benefit होगा. Are you sure? No, I'm not sure. Obviously, this is related to future. Nobody has seen the future. So this is estimation. So obviously, the value you are getting as on today is also an estimation. So yes, when you estimate something, there will be uncertainty. And the last measurement basis is current cost and replacement cost to acquire an equivalent asset today. Simple. So there are 4 methods for the measurement of asset and liabilities: historical cost, fair value, value in use, and current cost slash replacement cost. Now let's quickly come back to our case study. Okay, so this was the case we were discussing. Just a second. Okay, so this was the case we were discussing. Now, yes, and these were the requirements of this case, which we have not yet read. Number 1 was, should Solaris recognize the $3.15 million of intangible asset? We have already discussed it. How should the government grant be recognized? Done. Does the litigation create a liability? Discussed. Now there is no more event, but there are still 3 questions. What are those? What measurement basis is most appropriate for the patent? Now see, when you were reading this event number 1, आपने सोचा होगा कि measurement basis का question बन जाएगा यहाँ से. बन गया ना? This is what happens in actual exam. You will not expect, and there will be a question in that. Tell me, for this patent intangible asset, if you are, let's say you are measuring it, what measurement basis you will use? Historical cost, fair value, value in use, or replacement cost?
Sir, historical cost, that is the cost which we have incurred in developing the patent.
$3.15 million.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? जब आप बात
Historical.
historical cost. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys, be active. You have to take interest. Otherwise, you will get bored.
Historical cost, sir.
सब historical cost बोलेंगे अब. अक्षय cost of purchase ठीक है. Okay. So you guys are saying कि sir we should measure it using the historical cost. The original transaction price means how much we have incurred for it, which is $3.15 million. That means you are saying, sir, don't use fair value. Because in order to use the fair value, what you need to have, what you should have, the market. Okay. Is there any market for patent? Do you have any market for patents?
No, sir.
Trademarks?
Oh,
No, not in this question. In general, I'm asking.
Yes,
Do
sir.
we
The
have?
more the patent, the better reputation
Nee, but
for
do
the
we have
product.
market? Nee, you're not getting my point. Okay, I want to. Okay, do we have sabji mandi, vegetable markets?
No, sir. No,
hmm,
no market for patent then. Sorry, sir.
hmm.
Okay, ठीक है. Everybody, listen very carefully. It's a very important point with respect to intangible assets, which I'm going to tell you. Do we have housing markets? Yes, sir. Housing market is there. You can buy house, you can sell house. Do we have vegetable market? Yes, sir. You can buy sabji, you can sell sabji. Okay. Do we have stock exchange market? Yes, sir. You can buy share, you can sell shares. Very good. So, in case of market, market is a place basically where you buy and sell and where there are number of sellers and number of buyers. Number of sellers, number of buyers. Now you have generated this particular patent, particular technology. Is there any market for patent? Listen very carefully. Is there any market for patent where I can sell it? Yes. I can sell this patent to somebody else. He said, this is the payment. This is the patent. I had developed it. Pay me this X amount and now you can use it. But this is a transaction of purchase and sale. But this is not a market. Market is a place where there are number of buyers, numbers of seller selling same or identical things. This is unique. This patent is unique to you. Okay, and because of this uniqueness, you cannot say that you have a market for patent. Yes, you can buy and sell it. आपने उसको बेचा, कल को किसी और को बेचेगा. But there is no market, na. It is unique. It's not like कि I'm selling my patent, okay, and 100 other sellers are also selling my patent. They cannot sell it. Okay. So, anyways, come to the point. What measurement basis is most appropriate? देखते हैं whether your answers are correct or wrong. Measurement basis for patent. Now pay very close attention. When I asked you, you said, sir, historical cost. है ना? You need to tell also why others are wrong. This is how you write in the exam. Okay, so gradually सब आपके दिमाग में फिट बैठेगा. When you write, you have to write, okay, there are 3 to 4 measurement bases. Okay, you are saying historical cost, है ना? Okay, but you need to tell them why other 3 are not. That shows your commercial acumen. Yes, you know, commercial acumen, which is another one of the professional skills. है ना? Those are 5 to 6 skills were there. Analyze, evaluate, commercial acumen was also there. That shows that yes, you are commercially aware about these things. That will fetch you extra marks in the exam. Anyway, so most relevant basis, if it were recognized, value in use would require cash flows. Where are cash flows? No cash flows. Sorry, value in use के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? Cash flows चाहिए. See, there is cash flows. कहाँ गया? ये. But is it certain that you are going to get how much you are going to get next year? 0 to 40. It could be anything. If they could have provided us first year this much, second year this much, third year this much, then we could have said ki, yes, sir, we can use the value in use method also. You guys said historical cost, but you need to tell them why not value in use. दिया तो हुआ है cash flow forecast. It was uncertain कि कितना होगा. Okay. Fair value, impossible. No active market. You have to tell them why you are not using the fair value method. Historical cost, most verifiable. Yes, sir, we can verify its cost. It's there, it's given in the question itself. So, historical cost expense is the only faithful. ठीक है. Clear now? Any doubt in this one? Quickly, guys. We have 4 to 5 minutes left. I need to complete this. Yes, any doubt? Anything?
No, sir.
Okay, let's see. See, now you're seeing the importance of case studies. This is just small case studies, but now you must be thinking, यार कितना कुछ पढ़ लिया एक case study के अंदर. Asset, liability, provision, this और intangible asset, government grant के बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ लिया, measurement basis देख लिए. That's why case studies are always good for explanation. Next one. When should derecognition apply? What is derecognition? I have not covered it in the. Okay. What do you mean by derecognition? Anybody who knows? Okay. Recognition means what? When you recognize something in your books, asset or liability, and there is recognition criteria, those 4 conditions. Remember? Let me show you the recognition criteria. These should be fulfilled to recognize something. If you have recognized something, don't you think you need to de-recognize also something in the future? Tell me, एक asset को कब book से मतलब कब book से निकाल के बाहर करोगे? When you de-recognize an asset?
When we sold.
When we sell it normally. When we sell it, when we discard it, when its life is over, de-recognize it. When do you de-recognize a liability?
When we pay it.
Yes, when we settle it. या तो हमने पेमेंट देके सेटल कर दिया या सामने वाले ने माफी दे दी हमको कि मत दे भाई पैसा. That is when we de-recognize it. Okay? Great. So that's what this question is asking to us. Under de-recognition, sorry, कहाँ गया? हाँ. When should de-recognition apply? So just read this. Very simple. De-recognizing the intangible asset. Let's say, वैसे तो हम intangible asset recognize नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are expensing it. Let's assume that you are recognizing that $3.15 million in your books as an intangible asset. Recognition criteria is met. Definition met. The measurement also done. When you are going to de-recognize, when, let's say, if it is abandoned, your intangible asset is abandoned, regulatory approval is permanently declined. See the practical aspect. One way of saying, if I ask you, how do you de-recognize an asset? Sir, when we sell it. But you need to connect with the case, na? I am going to de-recognize this intangible asset, this patent. Okay, अगर गवर्नमेंट ने या जो भी अथॉरिटी है जो अप्रूवल दे रही है वो अपना अप्रूवल हटा ले. Okay, let's say the authority said, okay, we have given you this approval, now no approval, it's banned. What will you do? What will you do? Will you still show that intangible asset in your books? No, na. So regulatory approval is permanently denied. Patent application withdrawn. You applied for patent, rejected. Government rejected it. Forget your patent. Withdraw it from the books. No recognition. But since no asset recognized, no de-recognition. Yes, this is what related to case. We didn't recognize the asset. Remember? So if not recognized, no need to de-recognize. It can be asked in the exam as a tricky question. They might give you something, some situation, and they ask you at the last, okay, tell us that what will be the de-recognition here? How you are going to de-recognize this asset? And many students, they will write, okay, in order to de-recognize it, this and this. But बाद में पता चला वो asset तो recognize ही नहीं होना था. This is how they can test your knowledge ना कि whether you know और सिर्फ आप requirement देख के आंसर लिखने चले गए. So if something is not recognized, how can you de-recognize it? But yes, in this case, if recognized, then when can the de-recognition happen? If you write, sir, when asset is sold, you will get 0 marks. You need to write this. If it is abandoned, if approval is withdrawn later on, if application is withdrawn, this is how you connect it with the case. Okay? Requirement 6 we'll see next week. Okay? Simple ethical concern. Now tell me, guys, how was it? I was slow, but don't worry. Next class onwards, I will increase our speed. Just tell me, guys, कुछ समझ में आया कि everything was bouncer?
No, sir.
Yes, students, is it clear what we have discussed today? The orientation session we had, important things about SBR, or whatever we have studied little. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. It's
guys. Chalo, guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
enjoy the
Yes, sir.
remaining Sunday, जो बचा हुआ है, ठीक है? And see you guys on Saturday then, 7 a.m. And be on time, everyone. And next, I mean Saturday onwards, no more orientation. We will be fully focused on and this is how we are going to do it, the case studies. Okay? Chalo. See you on Saturday, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I wanted to ask if APM and SBR is a good
You asked
combo.
this question. See here, but tell me one thing with this job, how can you manage two subjects?
Sir, I am currently working at my father's firm,
Okay, okay.
so it's
You
kind of manageable.
SBR and APM. SBR. See, yes, you can do. It's not, there's nothing, it's my personal opinion, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं which we can't do. Okay, you can do, but on daily basis, okay, you have to study for like 5 to 6 hours at least for now. And gradually you
For
need to
both
increase
subject
it.
or one particular
For
subject?
both subject, start with 6 hours.
Okay,
ठीक
sir.
है? And gradually increase it. मेहनत थोड़ी ज्यादा करनी पड़ेगी. It is doable.
So
And good, हाँ,
I'm basically focused on SBR mostly, but if I feel
हाँ.
confident enough that I can sit for both exams, then I'll give it.
Let's do one thing. Now, see, the exam form filling date is, I think, somewhere around in the March, na. So it's somewhere around February end.
Yeah.
Okay, the last date hogi. So just look, I mean, what is your situation is in January month.
Okay,
So
sir.
not January, I'll say by 10th of January decide it. SBR or APM based on your preparation. Reason is very simple. Because see, if you decide for one subject, that means now you have 2 months for preparing that one subject. If you
Yes, sir.
decide in February month, तो बहुत कम समय बचेगा. ठीक है? So whatever is it, decide by 10th of January. I think you can do two subjects, not an issue, if you can manage your job and if you
Okay,
can
sir.
devote 6 to 7 hours on daily basis. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
thank you very much.